was finna get clipped out of context. It is what it is.
All right, y'all, we got another one. I said it. I ordered about 10 different frozen pizzas. They were all recommendations. You guys did drop more recommendations in the last few videos that I'm on the hunt for as well. But I'm trying to find the best frozen pizza. And in reality, I just want to try a bunch of different ones just to see what they were like.
That shit looked
Growing up, I only had a
good
couple of them.
there.
You know, we only stayed from like Totino's, maybe some Tombstone. Ilios
This is why losing weight is hard.
Back in the 90s, but I haven't eaten any of these in a while, and it seems like they've really upgraded.
Hey, this
on the
nigga
types
do it.
of
You see
pizzas
how fit he is. You see he's vascular, cut, tone, slim.
that they have. And this one,
And he's a food reviewer.
heavily suggested
He can
across
do it,
all
you
my
can do it,
socials.
bro.
This is the fully loaded, hand-tossed Red Baron. Only Red Baron I used to ever have were like the little ones in a French bread joint. So this is a fully loaded, hand-tossed ultimate pepperoni with pepperoni
that's the type of,
made
like,
with pork, chicken, and beef. I don't know why I read that. I just be reading
like
stuff.
mental
But
gymnastics.
supposedly
niggas be
this is
doing.
like really
Yeah,
good. This took
unfortunately.
25 minutes in the oven, which is longer than the other ones, which are usually around 20. The biggest noticeable thing of this one is how
His name is
thick
King
this
Shrats.
pizza is.
This is a video on his second channel, which is titled More King Shrats, where he does like, so his main thing is called King Shrats, where he does like food reviews of like actual restaurants and like, you know, proper meals and things. And then he has a side channel called More King Shrats, where he does like snacks and junk food and shit.
Cut it, but it had a pool of grease on the top. Not a complaint. I actually prefer it. But let's look at this. Look how thick this pizza is compared to the rest of it. This thing is super thick. It also has a really crispy looking crust. It's loaded with cheese, and then similar to, y'all gonna hate on this, but I'm still gonna say it, similar to the 7-Eleven pizza, which was my favorite one from them, was their ultimate pepperoni. It's got pepperoni pieces to go along with like whole pieces of pepperoni, and it looks like there's a whole bunch of different types of cheese on here as well. I'm not sure if there's a no, it just says fully loaded with delicious premium toppings, but it doesn't really tell you what's what. But yeah, without further ado, man, I'm just trying to look.
The only thing I've ever, Van had me thinking, I've seen one series where I think that's valid. Okay, I don't know how many of you guys have ever read We Never Learn. But We Never Learn is a slice of life rom-com harem series, right? Where there's this main character and there's like several different girls that he goes to school with that all end up falling in love with him as he's like trying to tutor them and shit. And there's a couple other women who get involved as well. And it's a harem series, right? So it's like ultimately like you know he's gonna pick one of these girls to be with. I think it's a pretty good one as well, because you're not really, I would say that for a good portion of the series, you're really not sure who he's gonna go for, right? Anyway, without spoiling for anyone who might care, but if you have read it, you know, the series ends and ultimately he picks the girl that he wants to be with, and they become a thing. They become a couple, right, at the end of the series. However, the author then went on to do extra chapters of the main character like confessing to all the other girls, or like all the other, like basically like he made multiple different endings. So like to me, that's a series where I'm like, okay, there is a canon ending, but he went the extra mile to try to make everybody happy. It's like, okay, this is how the story ends if he picks her, or her. So whichever one you like the most, like you can go ahead and pick that one as your canon ending. To me, it's like, okay, whatever. Like I think the one that went first is the canon one. That's the true ending to me personally. Now it may or may not have something to do with the fact that, you know, I like the choice that was made, but that's just me. But yeah, all the other girls also get like their own chapters of like how the series would have ended if it went that route instead, which I thought was really cool. And no, I don't know who Ben Dean is.
See, nope, doesn't matter. All right, let's see what this one is hitting on. It's still really hot. It's been out of the oven for probably like 5 minutes, if that. Let me get this one right here. Aha.
I actually had a cheap pizza the other day because I know I'd normally be making my own homemade pizza. But I had pizza from Domino's for the first time in probably over a year, a couple of days ago. That shit was so fucking good.
Y'all gonna think that I like everything. Some of y'all do, but you watch all my content, you know that's really not true.
Yeah, this is just a food
The
review.
advances, I feel like an old man that finally got a hold of a cell phone. Like, the advances in frozen pizza since I was a kid are astronomical. This crust is like chain pizzeria quality.
Bro,
It's
that shit was
really
so
thick,
buttery.
but also
it was so fucking good.
really crispy. And this thing is loaded with pepperoni. There's a cheese blend on here, which seems like a jack cheese or something like that, which is a little weird, but This really isn't bad at all either. I need to get this bite right here. As you can tell, this pizza is incredibly hot. This is going to be crazy because, well, it's not really crazy.
You watch a Ben D video afterwards. If you link me one, I'll check it out. It's like, promises that I'm going to enjoy to watch more of it.
They cook it for you and they put it in a pan and act like it's not like pizzeria quality pizza, but it's good for what it is. This actually is kind of better than that, which is really good for a frozen pizza. And I'm going to tell you why. There's more cheese on this. The crust is way better than that one, which is also a frozen pizza at 7-Eleven. And there's like a
that shit looks so good.
Of Parmesan cheese on here. You really can't go wrong with any of the pizzas that I've done so far. It more comes down to what are your preference. Mine is still that potato French fry one, which is really good. But if I wanted something a little thicker of a crust and more traditional, you really can't go wrong with this one either. Like, I'm impressed by all 3 types of pizzas that I've tried so far. I can't wait to try more of them. It's like an old man, like, oh, you can really just send mail electronically now? That's how I feel. So, how much did I pay for this? For $7.47, you get this. To be perfectly honest, I'd rather get the Tombstone at that price because that was like $5 and change. And my favorite, which I'm still haven't done yet, people keep suggesting it. I've done it a ton of times because I actually like this frozen pizza. Detroit Motor City Pizza Co. I should call it, is also $7.47.
Good review sounds hard to do without overindulging.
Probably.
Hey, well, it just shows how much self-control and willpower he has because he does it. I mean, you see what type of shape he's in. Look at the nigga arm. Unless you're constantly reviewing Michelin star shit with smaller portions. The way he goes about doing it is that
like it's
whoops.
Today I got my hands on a Philly.
The way he goes about doing is that he just doesn't finish the food that he eats. He gives a lot of the food away to friends, family, and the homeless sometimes. So like that pizza, he's probably gonna eat maybe just that one slice, maybe a second slice, and then the other half he'll probably give away to someone. And he just does that with everything that he eats. Now, every once in a while, he'll have some shit. He's like, I'm keeping this. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes he'll have some shit like, nah, bro, this for me. But most of the food that you see this dude review, he does not keep it and eat it all. He gives it away. And like, whenever he's eating off camera, he eats, healthy shit. Like, very lean food, like chicken and then broccoli or something. You know what I'm saying?
Easily the best frozen pizza that you'll ever have. This, though, is like in the really good category. Frozen pizza scale, I've given out so far 9s to the Tombstone, and then this one I would say is like an 8.
He also clearly works out very hard.
I do like it, and the crust is really good. It said to put it in a pizza
I believe he
pan.
says he works out basically every single day. And,
I put it right in the oven rack. To me, it's the only way you make a frozen pizza. I'm not putting it on a damn, unless you have the pan with the hole in it. That one also works, but don't put it in no pizza pan that doesn't have the holes in it, because you got to get this crispy crust
also,
right.
Forgive me if you see me looking down right now. I'm on my phone because I got this email that I got.
I wouldn't be mad at this, man.
Something from someone.
It's funny because I was doing this.
See it, and like when I go to where I'm trying to see it, it's not showing me the thing the email says.
I was trying to put frozen pizzas and stuff like this, but it's so much better for me to do it long form wise because I can't stay on task. Most of you watching probably seen other videos on the second channel. I just like to talk about different things, and when you make shorts, you can't give details because you only got about a minute before people lose interest. 2 at the most. Where with this, people are a little more chill because they want to know more stuff. But I make more shorts than long form content as a whole, but my preference is long form. I'm gonna guess by watching this, most of you prefer long form, but I think
I actually fucking hate short form content, and I think it's a disease that's ruining the world. But that's just me.
There's a weird art form to doing this. Most of my compatriots, colleagues, whatever you want to call it, they make short form content, and they're trying to get into long form, and they're kind of asking like, so what do you do? Because I turn the camera on and I just talk. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna say before I turn the camera on, unless it's like a structured review of tech or a movie. And even with that, it's bullet points, so I still don't know what I'm gonna say. But when it comes to food or Like any kind of yap that I have, bro, I just turn the camera on and talk. I can't really give advice on that. I wanted to make a video separate from this because there's a lot of people that watch on different channels and stuff. Most of y'all haven't found the second channel, but just in case you do, asking, about advice.
I often have long form content
I guess I
going on
kind
in the
of
background
am
while I'm doing
like a
something
point
else.
that I can give
Yeah,
advice.
like I said, I listen to a lot of podcasts
been
whenever
able
I'm
to
working
build
or just
something.
playing a game.
In my head, I feel like I haven't done SHIT, but I understand that's all just perspective because I'm me and I'm hard on myself. The biggest piece of advice is just to find something you actually enjoy doing.
That's fire,
I feel like
man.
this is stuff I've already said already, but I do get asked a lot of the same questions. Find something you really enjoy doing. Don't get into a niche just because you feel like it's hot, because it won't always be hot. I think there are some that will always, like, I think food will always have an audience because everybody eats. Same thing with fitness. Everybody eats, or everybody works out, I should say, and eats. But fitness isn't as popular as a whole as it was probably a decade ago when Instagram and Fitstagram was a thing, and there was like so many big fitness influencers. There still are, but back then there just seemed to be so much more. A lot of them segued into doing podcasts and stuff like that because that's more popular. So people like, oh, I should start a podcast. It's not necessarily good. You have to find things that work for you. If you're not the type of person that can just talk ad nauseum, I wouldn't do a podcast. I would stick to short form content. If you need a script, podcasts are not.
I've been told so many times that I should start a podcast about whatever random things, but just in general, like, oh, you should start a fighting game podcast or a basketball podcast or just a yap podcast that's just about whatever the fuck you got going on. And one of the things I've always thought about when people tell me that, I actually like the idea of doing a podcast. Like whenever Squad has gotten around to do podcasts, I actually really enjoyed them. And I wouldn't mind starting my own, but for one, I don't have anything that I feel like I'm passionate enough about that I want to focus a podcast on it. And also, I don't know if I have enough to say on my own to very regularly do a podcast. You know what I mean? Because it's not like a stream where it's just like I have you guys to talk to, or we end up watching a video or I'm playing a game. You know what I'm saying? To just sit there and just talk alone for an hour straight about whatever. I mean, I guess you don't really know if you can until you try it, but I just don't be knowing. Then again, I'm a yapper, so like I don't know, because like sometimes I sit down to talk about some shit and I be wanting it to take 20 minutes and it takes 35. So maybe I could. I don't know. I'd be feeling like I couldn't, but maybe I actually could.
Not good because they're not scripted. YouTube, you can read from a script. If you're a good script writer, then go more towards YouTube. If you're a person who just wants to get to the point and you don't really know what to say, I would say start with short form content. I had to this sounds weird, but I had to teach myself how to make shorts because
Lotus on the board. Again, yes.
I started out on Instagram 2017, end of 2016, somewhere around there, and I was doing just live streams and like videos with music because that was what was
he came back
popular
last episode though.
Things have definitely evolved over the years. I would then, from my live stream of reviews, chop up parts of my live stream into 1 minute long-ish or Instagram videos because people couldn't catch the live streams and you couldn't save them. So I was like, okay, if you missed it, here it is. And I did all my reviews live. That's how I started. Doing that made me really comfortable on being on camera, one, not caring about what people thought because I'm live. You can see people talking crap about you in the chat. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And it also just made me comfortable talking.
It really do be like that.
Something that you have to be comfortable with doing. And it's something that takes time. People feel like, oh, what am I going to say? Just start talking in front of a camera and see where it goes. From there, it turned into me making content that wasn't live. Making long live streams and turning it into short form content is exactly what I took with me when I started YouTube and then went to TikTok, went to YouTube Shorts, and even did the same thing on Instagram. I just take these long videos and I chop them up into shorts. And that's exactly what I was doing back then. So it's
something I've learned about me is that I actually fucking hate doing that shit. I'm not somebody who hates editing, but like editing my own VODs or like really long recordings, I hate doing that shit.
It's something that I had to teach myself to do in that manner backwards for most people because shorts are popular. Now that content creation has become what it's become, shorts is the way that people start because that's what people see. People go, oh, I want to do TikTok. Oh, I want to do Instagram. Oh, I want to do, mainly TikTok and YouTube shorts. And then they go, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. How do I make long form content? I had to do it the other way. Again, because I'm a professional yapper. Just turn the camera on. I don't care. We can just go. But And that's the biggest advice when it comes to that. Just find something that works for you as far as form, and don't do it for the wrong reason. Don't do it because you think it's popular, and don't do it because you're doing it for money. Because one, you're not going to make money right away. It's going to take probably years for you to make money, and sometimes if you're lucky, but you never know with that kind of thing. TikTok is a very volatile thing, and it's not something that I wouldn't quit my day job unless I was.
This shit really turned into like
with millions
content creator advice halfway through
of followers, and even with that, I still wouldn't, because it's a lot more volatile than YouTube. That's why I see a lot of my colleagues trying to get into YouTube now, because they're like, I don't know, TikTok is it's a little harder to grow on YouTube in the long form content thing, but I've always enjoyed long form. This is where I started, but. Don't do it just for the money, and definitely don't do it just for the clout, and definitely do it because you actually enjoy doing it. That's why I've been able to do this for so long, because this never feels like work. Even though I know people still don't think so, it is in fact a lot of work.
Me, I'd be picking up the pizza while doing all this talking. Same, I would have been picked up another slice.
Yeah, it's not just recording. I said this in another video. Editing and all that other stuff takes time, and it's something that when I get done with this, I gotta go edit videos. Like, I got mad videos, and again, the 2 channels, all that other stuff. It takes time. And I think a lot of people get discouraged because when they're doing it for money and you got to do all this work, you're like, this sucks. I can't do this. I got to go do this, that, and the third. I completely understand that. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm going with it. But maybe I'll make a longer video just kind of pertaining to that. I feel like people will listen to me more if I'm holding pizza or something like that. But I'm enjoying doing this. This is so far pizza.
He just records everything live so he doesn't ever have to edit. I'm not the type of creator who can get away with doing that. Because even when I've recorded many videos while I'm live, I still always edit them anyway, to some degree, if not only if not just a little bit. Hold on, where did that, what's that nigga's name? Ben Dean?
Today I got my hands on a Philly cheesesteak pizza. I used to love this thing back in the day when I was a young boy, but I've never seen it in Korea until now. It's a Domino's release, and that could go either way. It could be fire or it could be absolutely disgusting, because I have seen Domino's have some real misses when they come out with stuff like this. I think this is a little bit different from the American version, but I don't know, actually don't know. So we're gonna take a first look at it. Okay, looking pretty good. That's looking pretty nice. There's no green peppers on it, which I would have liked to see for sure. But the crust is looking good. The cheese is looking nice and melty. We got multiple kinds of cheese on there, it looks like.
I don't know what mod logs are.
A decent amount of meat, a couple onions spread in there. You know, to be fair, I do love the green peppers on a cheesesteak pizza, but I never get green peppers on a regular cheesesteak sandwich. You know what I mean? So maybe this will be actually better in some way. I don't know. But this is a large. This is the only size they had, and it cost me $15.50. It's actually smelling good too. I just hope they didn't mess it up in some way and like make the meat sweet or add some kind of sugar or sweet potato secretly in there. But I don't see any corn, which is a good sign. Going in.
Oh, see, this nigga be gorging himself. This is different from the other guy, I feel like, because I don't think I actually want to see the nigga sit here and eat that entire pizza, because I'm not really into, because this is more like mukbang kind of thing, and I'm not really into that, because like for me with like the King Shrats nigga, it's not really about seeing him eat. I'm really in it more to hear the nigga talk than I am to like see him eat, if that makes sense. So like that's why even just now, like he wouldn't even talk about the food no more. He was just talking, right? This nigga eating like it's gonna be his last meal, which, you know, if you enjoy like the mukbang shit and actually just listening and watching people eat, then I get it. But this is less for me than the other style is. That being said, I do want to hear what he says about this pizza.
That's solid.
That it?
That's real good. Give me the peppers though. I do like the peppers. Maybe even some mushrooms. Like, hey, it's not stuff I would usually get on a cheesesteak sandwich. My point is, it changes on when it's on a pizza.
That picks up. Yeah, the chewing sounds as well. That's another thing that some people are like really into. Some people are disgusted by it. Again, it depends. I mean, like this nigga has 1 million fucking subscribers, right? So he's got 1.5 million. So clearly a lot of people are into that. Some people are really turned off by that. So
Stuff that I wouldn't usually put on a sandwich, because I like a very simple cheesesteak sandwich. But on pizza, throw in the whole kitchen sink. I mean, I'm talking mushrooms, I'm talking peppers. This?
He's based in Korea and they be adding the most heinous shit like sweet potatoes to steak tacos and he'd be mad as hell. Wait, that shit sound kind of fire. I don't know.
It's super basic though, and I'm liking it. There's a hint of truffle somewhere deep down.
All right, but yeah, I've seen enough. But that's why I guess he said all that shit earlier. But like, I hope they didn't make the meat sweet, or I'm like, hey, yo, or like, you know, add some sweet potatoes in this bitch. Yeah, also, just the way he inhaled that first slice, I'm just like, hey, yo, this shit ain't going nowhere, my nigga. Like, it's all yours, bro.
Frozen pizza.
Here's another pizza video though.
Crusade. This time we got the Walmart. Don't sleep on great value.
Back with the Unk hat.
By the way, I'm telling you, I've had it a bunch of times, and I actually
that
think
shit
it
don't
was
look nowhere near as good as that Red Baron joint did.
Not this one, but I had another one that I think I actually bought.
Also, I'm gonna be on my 3DS, so if y'all see
chicken bacon ranch pizza, stuffed crust. I've never had this before. No one suggested this one, but I was like, you know what? We got to get a little wild card in here. So this one was 19 minutes, but it cooked like ass, so I put it in a little bit longer because the crust was like pale. Nobody wants a pale ass crust, so I ended up putting in for like 24 minutes. Ended up the top getting a little Cajun, but to me, that still is perfect. Anything below that, I would have had to take it off, or else I would have left it in longer. But this is topped with ranch sauce, white meat chicken, crispy bacon, mutz, and Asiago cheese. It claims to have 2.5 feet in the crust. Yes, it's all on here.
That should ruin my whole pizza.
Making any of this up. See it right there on the side?
Pizza, nigga.
2.5 feet of crust. Cheese in the crust. Anyway, let's try this out.
Y'all fuck with cheesy crust pizza? Not really a cheesy crust guy myself.
I would say of the pizzas I had, this one is the worst. But I've said this before. I think even a bad pizza's decent. And this is just decent. Like, for me, it says it's topped with ranch sauce. I think the base of the pizza is also ranch. The chicken is ass. It's like that canned chicken, so it's mad salty. And I personally really don't like that.
Hate cheese crust, yeah. I'm not. It's
try
not
the
really
crust
for
again.
Me. I eat cheese, but I'm not a cheese lover. Like, I feel like a lot of people out there, they fucking love cheese. Like, oh yeah, bro, I want cheese on everything. Give me extra cheese. Like, I really don't even like cheese that much, to be honest. I really only even eat it on like pizza and macaroni and cheese. Outside, because like I don't eat cheeseburgers, for example. Like, I don't eat cheese by itself. I don't ever add cheese to like anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
this crust isn't half bad. It's probably the best part of this. Like I said, I don't dislike it. I just think of the ones I had, there's way better ones in this. Crust again is good. I think if you did this and did one that wasn't like the chicken bacon ranch base,
I'm certainly not.
It'd probably be better if you just did like a pepperoni. But this is like one of those that
you like Alfredo?
I mean, I don't know
really.
if it's just me.
Like,
if
I've
I eat
eaten
pizza,
it, but like
I want the whole thing.
You're never gonna see me
After
ordering
this,
it.
I would be done because it's so like salty. I don't think it's bad though. It's just the worst of what's been so far. A pretty stellar lineup of frozen pizzas. I would say this is like a 5. Like, nothing great, nothing terrible. If you tell me you like it, I wouldn't argue with you. For me, it just, like, even now, I'm done with it. It's just getting too damn salty. You know what I'm saying? And that turns me off. I wanted to try something different. I think that if I, again, just got the one that just had the regular, I would have liked this a lot better. But as is, it's kind of meh. Like, maybe if
I'm not that tapped into my Italian roots, to be honest. My favorite Italian anything that I eat is actually this Italian dessert that I just made yesterday that I've got in the fridge right now. It's an Italian fruit salad where you actually cook orzo pasta, right? Drain it, let it cool, and then you make a syrup from the juices of mandarin oranges and pineapple, Some people also use cherries. I don't like cherries. So I don't put cherries in mine. But I make a syrup from the juices of pineapple and oranges, and add a little bit of flour, an egg, and you can add sugar, choose not to. Combine that, cook it for a few minutes, and it thickens up. You let that cool for about 30 minutes, and then you pour that syrup from the juices over the pasta. Then you add in the fruit, and then you fold in whipped cream. And and then they call it Rosa Marina. Rosa Marina. Or I think people, because like it's an Italian joint, but people in America like also make it and eat it. I think they just call it I think they call it ambrosia over here. We've always called it Rosa Marina in my family, but you had to like growing up. Yeah, my parents, my mother. So it's a recipe from the Italian side of my family that like my aunt on the Italian side would make, and she gave the recipe to my mother who would make it, and I learned how to make it on my own. I got some right now, to be honest. The shit is really good. I fucking love it. It's probably my favorite dessert, and it's relatively healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a healthy dessert, but like as far as desserts go, it could be way worse. Like 1 cup of the shit that I make is about 350-ish calories, which is like not crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. And I also make it using like, you know, you can make it fresh fruit, canned fruit. I use it making canned fruit just because of convenience and ease. But like, for example, the pineapples that I use, they're no sugar added. You know what I'm saying? I use like a very light, like a light Cool Whip that has, you know what I'm saying, like low calorie and not a lot of added sugar and shit. I try to make it like, and it still tastes fucking phenomenal. Honestly, the recipe I have, I like it even more than like when my mother used to make it. Truth be told, like I'm using like the healthiest options I can for the ingredients that I am using to like make it still taste good, but not be 500 calories a bite and just be chock full of sugar. My boy Reese told me about you, told me to tune into the stream. Well, hey, welcome to the stream, homie. I greatly appreciate it. Right now, we just kind of yapping, hanging out, watching food videos and shit. Don't let your mama hear you talk like that. And what the fuck she gonna do? I'm a better cook than my mother. My mother's also white, so like.
Just do this. Just get to the crust. Yeah, the crust is good, man. If you find this and it's just like regular pepperoni pizza, I'd say get it. Don't get a chicken bacon ranch one. I'm just gonna decrust all these and eat them like a kid with the Uncrustables. Bro, I just thought I was hearing voices, and no, I'm not crazy. I'm sitting here, I'm like, what the hell is that noise? My iPad, I was watching the football game, and my iPad was on the whole time because I pressed, like, you know, the power button so that it stopped playing this picture.
What are the chances of chat getting a Lotus mukbang / food review?
I was like, all I'm hearing in the background was like, I got a micro, I don't have to tell. I act like I'm talking to y'all. I'm like, bro, I don't watch Paranormal Activity, but I'm not going crazy. I think I'm hearing voices in my head. I'm like, damn iPad. So I started watching this show today on Netflix called His and Hers because I kept hearing great things about it on
Italians are considered to be like spicy white.
Whole stuff and stuff goes viral. I feel like that's what's happening with this movie. For me, I've only watched one episode. I can see where it's going, and I'm like, in the beginning, I'm like, this is kind of meh. But you're making a big deal about this, but by the end of the episode, I'm like, wait, what's about to happen? But then I put my pizza in the oven. So I had the Patriots game on, and I had this on at the same time. Don't spoil it for anybody. I know how people are with this stuff. If you do,
I was trying to think of like some of my other like favorite Italian dishes. So again, like I'm not really that tapped into like my Italian roots because I'm way more American than I am Italian. You know what I'm saying? Like I done had plenty of Italian pizzas. Give me a fucking slice of Domino's over any margarita pizza I've ever had, any fucking Sicilian. Like I'm gonna be honest, bro. Americans do the shit better. Keep it a stack. Like I don't give a fuck. I was thinking like all different pasta dishes and shit. I like goulash a lot. Goulash was probably like my favorite thing. It was never my favorite dish, but as far as like the Italian kind of shit, I kind of like that a lot.
Like ban your comments, bro, because I don't like when people do that because there's too many trolls on the internet that think it's funny to ruin stuff for other people. Don't be that person. If you want to talk about it spoiler free, that's fine, but don't give any plot holes. I hate when people do that because I personally don't know any plot holes myself. But
don't get me wrong, I like margarita pizza and shit
beforand. I've told you guys this before, so I don't watch reviews until after
I don't like that shit
I do the same thing with food. Like I don't like watching food reviews or anything until after I actually try the food. I like to see if there's something maybe I missed. I think a lot of people watch reviews and stuff for validation, and I'm the exact opposite. I want to watch a review.
I also used to make these homemade meatballs with my grandmother as a kid. Those were really good.
So it makes me go, oh wait, I missed that. Maybe I want to try it
make.
again, or something like that. These days, bro, I just think, and this is a person where a lot of my content is based around reviewing food. I try to not like just do a flat out review where I'm just giving numerical ratings and stuff like that, because I think personally, I think that's pointless. People are just like, oh, what do you rate it? Like, don't you want to know why I rated it that? I don't think people do. I think people just want to have their feelings validated on certain things. It's why I watch reviews on tech, I watch reviews on food, I watch reviews on movies, I watch reviews on all kinds of other things. Even like boots. Every time that someone has a difference of opinion, they attack the person making the content. And I mean, they'll be like, you're an idiot, you don't know what you're...
We were kind of just talking about this earlier, where it's like, yeah, it's like you have a difference of opinion. Nobody wants to have a civil conversation anymore. It's always an argument or like hostile. But yo, we can agree without being angry at it. I mean, we can disagree without being angry at each other.
Talking about, I knew you were a fraud, that you just lost all credibility because you have a difference of opinion. I don't know, maybe I'm old. I prefer when people have a difference of opinion, but I also prefer when people can discuss those differences of opinions amicably, meaning they can discuss them and not go and attack each other for having difference of opinion. I think one of the biggest problems we have right now in our current social climate is that everyone's just looking for someone that agrees with them to regurgitate talking points so that they can just talk about it and be like, oh yeah, see, I knew they were right, instead of actually trying to open their eyes to different perspectives of things. And we don't do that anymore. We just want our feelings validated. And people don't tend to think for themselves anymore. They just regurgitate whatever.
We were literally just talking about this earlier.
That's why you constantly see, if you go on social media comments and things like that, where people are saying the exact same thing all the time, because they'll look at what someone else says, they'll go, yeah, and then they just write it again as if it was their own way of thinking. You don't have to be like everybody else. And you definitely don't have to be a dick to someone because they don't agree with you.
I think I
watched so many reviews.
I think Flytrap showed us something or said something before. I think this dude is closer to 40 than he is 30. I don't remember how old he is exactly. I also thought he was younger prior to him wearing this fucking hat all the time, but I think he is close to 40.
Bro, I got colleagues in different fields and they get attacked even worse than me. Like, I think honestly I have it pretty good, to be honest with you. Yeah, I get people talking crap, but comparatively, people get it way worse than me, bro. Pause. But I'm being so serious. Like, I watch a guy review a movie and be like, you know, I thought this movie wasn't great, and here's all the reasons. This is what I personally like, and it didn't have any of those things. And the people in the thing will be like, "You're stupid. You don't deserve." I'm just like, wow. But yeah, man, I'm not trying to be, you know, Mr. Perfect, because I'm damn sure not perfect. But my advice to people when it comes to stuff like this, or my perspective, I guess, is just when you're watching stuff, try to glean information and maybe look at things from a different perspective other than your own. I try to do that in my own reviews. You know, I will say I might not like this, but you might because of this, or vice versa. I just think that these days, again, the dumbest thing I think I get told in my job, like I said, I got it better than most people. If I say something someone doesn't agree with, I always get, you lost all credibility. Wow, bro. I posted an Arby's video on my short the other day, and there was this dude arguing with somebody in the comment section why Arby's sucks. For
Can't imagine being an anime.
And everything he said was so like
probably want to
his own perspective, which is cool, but he kept calling the other guy a moron because he was like, well, I like the fries. And this dude's like, you're an idiot. You don't know. I'm like, that's not, like, I don't know, man. There's too much passion in the world. Over a beef and cheddar is crazy. But anyway, man, personally, I think the pizza's too salty. Maybe you won't. My suggestion is to get the stuffed crust because I do like it, but try another one other than that.
Keith Lee comments used to be positive, but now it's just people dragging him every time he doesn't like something. Well, that's the thing, is that for one, everybody wants to see you win when you're coming up, but then once you've made it, people start preying on your downfall, right? So while he had this community of people and following that like wanted to see nothing more than him to succeed, now that he's done it, it's like, you know, it's like you're no longer one of us because he's rich and famous now. Beyond that as well is that, like, again, because people can't think for themselves, because people don't have personality traits outside of their personal interests, people adopt their interests as their personality trait. And so they take it as a personal attack or offense when you dislike something that they like. So if there's a restaurant that you really, really love, and he says, I wasn't really a big fan of this, I think that this was overcooked, or this was too salty, I always fucking knew you know what the fuck you was talking about. They just let anybody get famous. It's like, yo, like, every single time somebody dislikes something you like doesn't mean that they're at fault, did something wrong, or that they're just like a worse person than you in some category or feasible way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not that's how everybody treats everything on the internet, man. Like, again, it just feels like it's so hard to just have civil conversations or like find common ground or just like respectfully disagree. It's like, oh, if you don't have the exact same opinion as me, you're clearly like morally repugnant or like mentally defunct in some way. Like, it's just like, oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, I don't follow Keith Lee at all because I don't be on TikTok, but it doesn't shock me at all to hear that.
Screw it. I'm here. I was going to do these another day. So I'm doing like 3 videos in one day. Like, I'm just the man. I don't know what the hell I'm doing out here, but Oreo, 2 different types, bro. I've been meaning to try these out, but these are Oreo.
Sugar-free Oreos, huh?
Cakesters, different flavor this time. So check this out. These are confetti cake, which should be cool. But main reason why I'm here. Who asked for these? Sugar-free Oreos. The craziest thing about these, aspartame free, 1, and 2, they come in a bag. Like, what are we doing? I don't know. I'm here. Let's do it. Start with sugar-free Oreos. Apparently, these are in 10 little packages. That's how they came. I got these at ShopRite. I got this at ShopRite. I got these at ShopRite. ShopRite. Should be nationwide stores. Oh, also, I wanted to throw this in there. Cinnamon Toast Crunch for the people who do. I hope y'all watch the videos, man. I also saw them in ShopRite. So I picked up a couple boxes of that. But these are sugar-free. Are they
aspartame free? How are they sweetened? Stevia, monk fruit. I mean, these are probably just using that, but other alternatives, for example, like the pineapple that I got, that I mentioned before, that is sugar free, that I have no added sugar. They are sweetened a little bit with stevia, which is better for you. These use sugar alcohols. Sugar alcohol is also an option. Yeah.
less calories? Yes, absolutely. But it's crazy to think that there is like 16 grams of carbs. It's all sugar alcohols, no added sugars. Cool, man. 90 calories for 2. Normally they're like 140, depending on the Oreo. So here we go. Let's try a sugar-free Oreo. Nobody, 0 sugar. Actually, it's not sugar-free.
Never heard of sugar alcohol. Sugar alcohol, it's safe to consume, but like it affects some people differently. Like, some people don't digest it as well. It makes some people like really gassy and shit. I've had stuff that was like sweet with sugar alcohol. Doesn't seem to have like any negative side effect on me, but some people like it be fucking up their guts.
There's gonna be someone out here that's gonna say, "Oh, you can't even tell the difference." They're lying. They are lying. The cookie itself tastes like cardboard. And let me just look in one of these. Nah, bro. Just the texture ain't even on. Look, maybe if you're someone that's like a diabetic or something like that, like I completely get it. So I'm coming at this from a different perspective. One, people who just want to try them. I'm not, maybe you have a problem with sugar and that's a whole different story. But also people who may look at this as like a weight loss thing or something like that. Listen, there's 90 calories as opposed to 140. So you might be able to sneak yourself a couple of more. I'd rather go with the ones with the higher calories that are actually good. I'm going to try this.
You're not fucking with that shit at all.
There's a crazy aftertaste on this. This is coming from somebody who drinks diet soda every day. You should use the aspartame.
Okay. He ate one of those, right? And he was like, there's probably gonna be some niggas out there who are gonna tell you they can't taste the difference and they're fucking lying, right? And then he mentioned that he drinks diet soda all the time. I personally do not taste any difference whatsoever from diet soda, regular soda, and 0 sugar soda. Like, case in point, right? I'm not a big soda drinker these days, but I do still like it. And like, my soda of choice is Dr. Pepper. So the last time I was at the store, I haven't had Dr. Pepper in I don't know how long, right? But they have 0 sugar Dr. Pepper. So I got a case of them in here, right? And like, this is a 0 sugar Dr. Pepper, and it just tastes exactly the same to me as a regular one. So like, I don't know. Like, I don't taste the difference. So, and there's no aftertaste to me either. What is this sweetened with? Probably aspartame. So, yeah, which, artificial sweetener, but whatever. Like, one of these a day or something isn't gonna hurt you. But yeah, sipping on Dr Pepper right now. Is your sugar Dr Pepper bangs? Yeah, I fuck with it.
Like, I understand again the tinfoil hat people can be like, well, aspartame is Oreos, bro. If you're really that worried, you shouldn't be eating these. Like, I don't know what these are, but they will get no play. And I don't know who I'm giving these to. They're gonna be mad at me when I get them. But I'm gonna say this and say this one time: these are not for me, and I'm gonna leave it at that. If you want to try these, listen. Maybe if you live around me, I'll leave them all around like a pirate's map, like Blackbeard, and I'll leave them all over North Jersey. You can go find them because I'm not eating these. I'd rather eat the ones with, again, there's 90
Diet
calories
Coke
opposed
tastes
to
different than
140.
regular
Give me the
Coke, but it's
50
still
extra
so good.
calories and give me the yummy ones.
I think
glad didn't get
Coca-Cola
double
and
stuff.
Pepsi are
I'm gonna
both
give those
disgusting.
a
Even
2 out of 10.
regularly, so that's just me.
Like,
though.
if I really like had to eat them, but I wouldn't do these. Hell no. But we do have Oreo Cakesters, confetti cake flavored. I feel like Cakesters is, all right, I'm gonna just, you know me, bro. I don't lie, man. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Cakesters are the most overrated damn thing. People went crazy for these. Like, if y'all like spongy Oreos, I'm happy for you. But they're not that cool. They got the peanut butter ones. Those is cool. Even the regular ones, golden ones, they're cool. But these are not better than regular Oreos. But let's try them out anyway. Confetti, right? Let's do it. Like, whatever. Are they good? No. Are they great? No. There's a... I don't know what it is about these. These never move me. Like, I like the peanut butter ones. They're cool, but I'd rather eat a damn Oreo. I don't know. I don't know what it is. The confetti is in the cookie, not the cream. Yeah. So you're getting these like spongy confetti cookies, and I don't know what the hell else is going to do with it, so I just ate it. Like I said, they're not moving me.
Nigga,
I
messy.
think the confetti part doesn't even really taste like anything. The flavor that I'm getting after I split that up, it comes from the cream. The birthday cake
Chat, what's your favorite
flavor
Oreo
is
you've
coming.
ever
Their
had?
birthday cake flavored cream.
My favorite Oreo that I've ever had was a limited edition flavor that they put out several years ago and have never brought back, but you can get them in some Asian markets and stuff. And even then, they're not quite the same. They had a berry flavored Oreo where it was like strawberry cream. I was fucking them bitches up. I'm not even a big Oreo guy, but them shits was so fucking good to me. And my Asian market sometimes has them. When I was in LA, like H Mart would sometimes have them, and even those ones weren't the exact same because like a Korean one or something. Something about it is quite is slightly different. But those berry Oreos were my shit.
It tastes like cake frosting. I'd much rather just have
Coca-Cola
a
flavored
golden
Oreos weren't
Oreo.
bad. Nah, them shit
which
sucked.
Don't know why they're not like they do the chocolate shell one, but
I tried those on
golden
stream
Oreo,
and the soda.
and I'd rather
Both
have
of them were
that.
terrible.
But if you're a Cakesters person, you'll like these more than me. I think that they taste exactly like what you think they would taste like. Like I said, I don't really care for Cakesters. I just rather have a regular Oreo. Maybe I'm old fashioned, but these get like a 5 out of 10 for me. My favorite Cakester one was the peanut butter, but I still would rather just have peanut butter Oreos. Maybe I'm weird. I don't know. Maybe. I just watched that Bears-Packers game, bro. I got home at halftime, and I watched the game, and it was like, 21-3 when I checked in. The Bears came all the way back. Playoff football is something else, man.
I don't think I've ever had the
I
mint
know
Oreos. I like
as a
mint,
sports
though, so I
fan,
might fuck
like
with
those crazy comebacks be like heartbreaking from the other side. I'm a Giants fan, so I never really had any crazy playoff blown leads. Definitely had some during the regular season. I think the worst one for me was the Philly one. I'm sure most Philly fans already know which one I'm talking about, or if you're a Giants fan, for people who don't, the Giants had this big ass lead going into the fourth quarter, and the game was pretty much in hand. And Philly came all the way back, tied the game up. This is when Mike Vick was there. I still don't know how they lost this game, but Philly ended up coming all the way back, tying the game up. And then on the last play of the game, the Giants had to punt to run the clock out. And you could see the coach on the sideline tell him, do not punt this ball in bounds. They had Deshaun Jackson. Do not punt this ball in bounds. Guy punts it right down the middle, bro. The ball bounces like 3 times. Deshaun Jackson, I'm guessing most of y'all know who he is, but Deshaun Jackson was fast as hell when he played. He's now the coach at Norfolk State, which is cool and crazy at the same time. It's a HBCU, but The guy was a baller, bro. He was just fast. And, you know, that Philly team gave me nightmares back in that era with Chip Kelly and them boys. But long story short, the ball bounced up twice. Deshaun Jackson took the ball. He shook 2 people, ran down the sideline. And as the clock was running out, he started running along the freaking 1 yard line. And then he scored as time expired and he threw the ball. It was just like,
Giants fan.
we've never beat Philly, but
Jersey,
that one was just like, you have got to be kidding me. You know what I mean? So I'm sure it hurts a lot more in the playoffs. As a Giant fan, I was usually on the other side of it. Giants suck. They've been pretty bad my whole life. But one thing about them is more oftentimes than not, when they made the playoffs, they usually won the Super Bowl. Like, they didn't go to playoffs that many times, but most of the time when they did, other than the Ravens, when I was a little kid, they lost to the Ravens, to the best defense ever played. I'm talking about like the Ray Lewis Ravens way back when they gave up like 7 points a game. But other than that, we had the win versus New England, when the undefeated thing, all those crazy ones we got in 2011 when we beat Green Bay in Green Bay. We beat Atlanta in Atlanta, and then we went over to beat San Francisco, which was like still to me one of the best teams that I saw never win a Super Bowl back in the Harbaugh era. We went over there and somehow beat them. I still don't know how. And then we faced New England again, and everybody thought it was going to be Tom Brady's get-back game, and we beat him again. Most of the time we ain't on that and end of that. But, you know, I know how it feels to watch your team in the playoffs. So I know I got a lot of friends who are Green Bay Packer fans, believe it or not. For people who don't know, like, there's a bar near me. It's really popular if you're from New Jersey.
Nah, he's not a Sixers fan. He's actually a Celtics fan.
It's a Packers bar. My dad DJs.
His profile picture for one of his channels is actually him wearing a Celtics jersey.
I bet that bar was the quietest bar ever.
Which is hilarious.
So I know how much that sucks. But if you're a Bears fan, I know y'all really didn't have much to cheer about lately. What a turnaround y'all have had. Caleb Williams, I said last year I thought was a dog, and I think he's kind of proved it. He really got back on track. But yeah, I love playoff football, so this is going to be really cool. Can't wait to watch games tomorrow.
Not really. I was following it a bit this season, but way more of a basketball guy.
I feel like this needs no introduction. If you don't know, I had a whole series when this channel first started where this is how it kind of turned into this whole snack thing, right? More or less, in the beginning, I kept talking about how Entenmann's was one of my favorite companies that did the whole, store-bought snack thing. Man, and that's how this channel kind of got toward like this whole, snack review thing, which was something I was doing anyway, but I didn't think it was going to be as prevalent on the second channel. Long story short, at the end of the year, this came up on my feed and people were talking about it instantly, but Entenmann's has ice cream. Now, this is actually a Turkey Hill ice cream, but it has obviously the Entenmann's branding, and this is the chocolate chip cookie one. It's sweet cream flavored with chocolate chip cookie pieces. Yeah, I'm excited about this one. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't even want to do this. I'm not going to lie. I went to dinner tonight. Went to a steakhouse, and I had no intention of filming anything this weekend. I basically filmed everything I could film for the week, and then over the weekend I wasn't going to film anything. But once I stopped at the store to get like some water, and this was here, so now I got to do it. Not have to, I want to. So Entenmann's soft baked chocolate chip cookies ice cream. Does this look good to you? Honestly, it looks kind of mid. The cookie, honestly, it looks kind of mid. I ain't gonna lie to you. The cookie chunks look just really like kind of ass, but I'm not, It's Turkey Hill. Oh, wait, we might have something underneath here. I'm going to put this in this bowl so I can give the rest of this away. I know if I don't explain myself about every single thing, that people will always have, like, these questions that, honestly, I'm going to be real with y'all, bro. Some of the questions y'all ask be stupid as hell. I've never said that, but I'm just going to be very, like,
I feel
somebody
you, bro.
recently, I don't know why people think that everything has to have, like, symbolism behind it, but I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all, man. Sometimes I'll be reading the comments and I'm like, do I really have to explain that? Somebody asked in the last video, I know you watching, bro. I appreciate you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, you watching a lot of my videos, so I'm not like saying this like F off. I'm saying it more like, how do I have to explain this? Somebody said, what's with the candle? All right, let me explain to you something. People light candles in their house. Like, why the hell I gotta explain that, bro? I'm way off topic, but I just feel like sometimes y'all be asking stuff and I'm
like, I feel you though, because again, just also as a streamer and a YouTuber, it's like sometimes you get questioned. It's just like, nigga, mind your fucking business. Like, why do you care? But I guess it's also just part of like the parasocial thing as well. And like, and honestly, it's one of the things like I hate so much about being a content creator is that it's too personal. That's why I keep so much information about myself as private as I can, because I feel like I have to have something to myself. Because niggas already feel like they know you more than they actually do. And that's why it's just like, I need something that's just like, I need part of me to still just be like, I you know what I'm saying? Like to myself, like, I don't know, man. Because niggas be all up in your business and they think they know more about you than they really do. And they talk to you a certain way and ask questions that they never would. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I don't know, like it's sometimes and it don't. It's not always with malicious intent or like you know with like any malice or anything like that either. But it's sometimes just like that's some shit you have no business asking and wouldn't ask if we were face to face. But because we're on the internet, you think it's okay to do that, or like you're comfortable saying that, even, you know what I mean? Not in like a you would get your ass beat kind of way, but like that's just a weird thing for you to even say or ask, and you wouldn't be comfortable enough to do that in person, but we're online, so you did it. You know what I mean?
Like, do I really have to explain that? You'd be like, what's with the hat? It's a fucking hat. I don't know. Like, damn. Sometimes I don't feel like explaining stuff, bro. It is what it is. Let's try this damn ice cream. Here we go. What's with the candle? People like fucking candles in their house. I don't know. I like the candle, so I got it. It's cool. It's cool. I'm not gonna do no extra reaction. Like, look, I remember there's gonna be that one Debbie Downer in the comments that says something like, "You could have just gotten vanilla ice cream, put Entenmann's cookies in it." Yep. No argument there. You're right. Do I like it? Yeah. I mean, like, you could have did more than this. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like,
This is why I fuck with his content, because it's more than just like him trying snacks and shit, which like, you know, that part is cool. When he be talking about other shit, I be like, yeah, nigga, I feel you. I be thinking the same shit. I feel the same way, nigga. Like nigga be speaking to me, because like you get a lot of smart asses and shit like that as well. Like, bro, you could have just done this or you could have just done. I'm like, yeah, you could have just shut the fuck up and suck my dick from the back, you bitch ass nigga. My fault. Anyway,
I feel like if you're gonna be Turkey Hill and you're gonna take the collab with the goat, do something extra. You know, put a swirl in here, put some caramel, put something. But it is quite literally, it says sweet cream flavored, right? It tastes like vanilla ice cream. What?
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go make me a little chicken wrap.
I don't
let the video keep playing though.
They're little chunks of legit Entenmann cookies. Cool. I'm just like, I could have been did this. Like, at this point, I feel like companies are just, they're just slapping names on stuff, and like, this be so obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at this and you're like, okay, like you could have put some vanilla waffle cone pieces in here. You could have did so many things. You just took some cookies and said, here, damn. And I'm just, you know, like, I wouldn't waste my money on this, and I love Entenmann's. Hell, I like Turkey Hill, but could have made this last year. With that being said, this whole thing's still getting eaten. Don't get twisted. I just feel like this doesn't even warrant a review, but, you know, I also feel like I know people may want to know what exactly was going on here. It's legit what I just said. It says sweet cream flavor, but with the cookie dough in there, it just tastes like cookie dough ice cream. It's cool. But, so, like, scale of 1 to 10, this, like, this could go so many different ways. On one hand, how does it taste? Ice cream, regular cookie dough, 6 out of 10. Like, you know, it's cool. On the other hand, potential, could have been a contender. That's like a 2 out of 10. I'm gonna get out of the way. A complete waste of calories. What's calories like on this, bro? You know, I can see I'm just 170. Are they calling this ice cream? Nope. It's not even real ice cream, bro. It's just frozen dairy dessert. My tinfoil people, I know y'all here. Go ahead, tell them. Tell them, because I'll explain it if y'all want me to. That's not real ice cream. Tell them. You want me to tell them? All right, I'll tell them. Legally, they can't call this ice cream because it's not. So they have to call it frozen dessert. So if anybody's wondering if you're eating real ice cream or not, they put so much BS in here that they can't call it ice cream legally, so they call it dessert. So it's a frozen dessert. It's a waste of money. Like, just go get some decent ice cream, like Grater's cookie dough. Get that. Don't do this. If you can't get that, then go to Entenmann's, put some ice cream, get your favorite vanilla ice cream, and do that. I don't know what y'all like. Tillamook? I don't know what the hell y'all eating these days, but I'm still finna eat it. I'm not gonna die from eating this. Some of y'all be so crazy with that tinfoil stuff. Oh, that's why you put all the... I don't care. I don't even want to say some of the stuff that y'all eat. We be talking about additives. Anyway, this is a true story, bro. A little yap before I get out of here. There was one time where I was outside of a McDonald's. This was probably like 2015, 2014, somewhere around there. You know what I'm saying?
Milo chocolate milk powder? I don't think I've ever heard of it.
There was a guy out there. It was me and like 4 of my people. We was just, we was out, you know, back when I was, you know, young man, out in bars. A lot of times McDonald's 24 hours get you like, back then was 24-hour breakfast. So you could get all kind of stuff. So that was like the spot. You know what I'm saying? Give me like 2 sausage McMuffins and a McDouble. All that'd be like $10. Bet, we out. Right? What a great time, by the way. But it was either that or Taco Bell. Long story short, come out. We're all walking.
Bro. There might actually be only a handful of things I miss more in life than the McDonald's dollar menu. Not because I love McDonald's that much, but simply just because it was affordable. Like I could afford to eat. I go to McDonald's with $5. Maybe it was rounded up to like $6. Like if you had like $6, right? You go to McDonald's and get you some French fries. I could get like 2 McChickens, a double hamburger, and a drink, and fries, and actually get full off $6. Go there and get you a 20-piece and some fries with $6. You can go there and get you, like you could go to McDonald's with $6 and actually get enough food to get full. $6 will get you a sandwich now. You know what I'm saying? $6 to get you like 2 McChickens. You know what I'm saying? $6 to get you a burger. $6 to get you a 20-piece. But it's like before, it's like $6 used to just go so much further. And the thing is too, McDonald's is one of those places where like the quality has never been great. It's never been great food. But the quantity was so much worth it that, you know, it was just like, oh yeah, for sure. Now McDonald's costs the same price as actual food, and it's fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, why am I spending $10, $15 for a meal at McDonald's? Like, asinine.
Walking outside, right? And we all got McDonald's bags. And there's a dude outside, and he looks at us. He's like staring at us. He's like, I'm not a tough guy, but when I see somebody look at me like that, I'm immediately like, is this dude trying to fight me? Like, what's going on? So the dude looks and he's like, y'all sitting there putting that poison in y'all body. You know what they had put in that food? First of all, he's standing outside McDonald's. McDonald's wasn't near anything. What the hell are you doing there? But whatever. He's like, let me tell you something. That food, they, you know, all the stuff that y'all be saying. Oh, the McDonald's, if they kept it in a jar and it didn't go bad for like 15 years. And all this other stuff, you know. And my man's like, no, I wouldn't be caught. I would never eat all that. You know, that's the difference.
Whole time niggas like that be smoking Black and Milds and shit. But if you get the fuck out my face, drinking liquor and shit, you gonna die before I do, nigga. Shut up.
He was probably at the time, my guess would be like mid-50s. You know what I'm saying? He had a little salt and pepper, whatever. But the thing that startled me, I never forget this, bro. Again, I had been out all night. So when you get the liquid courage or whatever, I just looked at him, having McDonald's bag, and I was like, you're smoking a cigarette.
What did I fucking say?
Like, you can't say that. Like, if you want to sit here and be a health nut, cool. But if you sitting there with what we always called growing up, I don't know what y'all called them. We used to call cigarettes cancer sticks. You know what I'm saying? For a reason. Like, I don't care if you smoke, but I mean, you're taking a risk when you.
Again, this is why I like this nigga's videos as well. It's not just about him eating food. I actually find him really relatable.
You smoke a cigarette, right? You can't say that. If you consume alcohol, you're taking a risk. If you just shut up, bro. I hate people that do stuff like just let people eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, If you want to preach the gospel for your own body is one thing, but I don't impose my beliefs of anything on anybody else. If somebody comes to me with questions, then I'll start to go into details about stuff. And that could be religion, that could be whatever. But I don't sit there and go, how dare you do? Because you know why? I'm not perfect, bro. I know I do stuff that probably would have shortened my lifespan in my life. You know what I'm saying? I partied. Now, realistically speaking, I didn't do no drugs or nothing like that. I would never. But I drank a lot in college. You know what I'm saying? How the hell can I tell somebody what to do if I was
I've never drank alcohol, never tried it. Never done drugs, never tried them. Never smoked anything, never tried it. But I feel him on this in the sense that, like, there's a lot of shit that I did when I was younger that was just dangerous. That when I think back on it now, I'm like, you know how easily I could have died doing that, and I just thought nothing of it at the time, and I'd probably just never do that shit now. Like, I think back of some of the things, or maybe not even just like dangerous in terms of like I could have died, but also just like the amount of trouble I could have gotten in, like if I got caught. Like, some of you guys, if you've been around long enough, you might have seen this picture. I'm not going to go bother looking for it right now. If you've been around long enough, you might have seen this picture at one point. There's a picture of me many years ago, many moons ago. Okay. Again, something that just like as a reckless, like young dude and just like, just young and dumb, just doing dumb shit. Just trying to look cool for the camera and shit. There's a picture of me standing on top of a cop cart like this that I have from back in the day. And it's just like, what would possess you to do that? Because like I would obviously never do no dumb shit like that today. But back then it's just like, yeah, nigga, fuck 12, nigga. Just like, why? Because I thought the picture would be hard as fuck, and it was.
Human alcohol. Don't make no sense. At the end of the day, you can go into all the statistics and in the back
or
and
just
forth
like,
and, you know, facts over
other
it.
shit I've done, just like jumping off of certain buildings and doing flips off of certain shit when you're younger and shit. Like, it's like, you know, just this shit. I'm just like, you really are fearless when you're fucking 16, bro. Like,
this in science, and I'm a science person. I'm not gonna go into those details, but
I wasn't even trying to flex. I just thought the picture would look hard as fuck, and it did. But like, was it worth it? No. I mean, yes, because nothing ever happened to me because of it. But like, was the picture worth the potential consequences? Fuck no.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of y'all tinfoil hat people. This is my only thing I'm gonna say to y'all, and then, you know, we could leave it at this. It's cool to believe in what you believe in, and hell, it's cool to even think you're right. That's fine. But when you start preaching at people, all people do is get annoyed by you. It's the same thing, and I'm sure somebody's watching that is, but you know how vegans are when they're like, oh, how dare you? Like, if I don't ask you, I don't care. If I didn't ask you for your opinion and you giving stuff like that, it just doesn't make sense to me. So if you really feel that way, I would either segue it and be like, you know, are you interested in knowing about this stuff? But when you start preaching at people because I'm just trying to make you aware, like, you just sound like an asshole. Excuse my language. Like, you sound pretentious. You know what I'm saying? When people ask me questions, I'll answer it, but I won't sit here and go, oh, how dare you believe in this, or how dare you. I like giving the tinfoil people crap, but I'm just telling y'all, because I grew up around a lot of people like that, and no one ever listened. It don't matter. You can talk all you want to until somebody is willing to listen. No one cares. It's like recovery. You know, what they say, the first step of recovery is admitting you have a problem. If that person thinks what they're doing is cool, no one cares. Then you're just talking at them. You know, I grew up, and I have some friends that are no longer with me, you know, that I grew up with, and I've been around a lot of addicts in my life. It's probably why I don't like when people think that I be 420 in, because I don't touch none of that stuff. I just been around too much of it. And something I learned from dealing with them, some people, you know, they were able to change before it was too late. And unfortunately, some people I grew up with, they weren't, you know. But something I learned with dealing with all of them, you can tell them as much as you want to that they're literally shortening their lifespan until it's going to be too late. But until they're willing to admit that they have a problem, you know, they're not going to listen to you. And it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? You can try, and you can definitely have an intervention, but until that person realizes that
a big reason why I've never tried it and probably never will, because I cannot fucking stand it.
It's the same thing. So if you get mad at me for eating frozen dairy dessert and you be in the comment sections yelling at people because they be, oh, like, you clicked on an ice cream video. What the hell did you expect was going to happen, dog? You know what I'm saying?
That's the shit that be killing me as well. The one thing I can never fathom about leaving a comment like that under a video, and you see this all the time, and he gets comments like this all the time, is that somebody will click on a video of him trying Cheetos, right? And you'll get somebody in the comments like, Cheetos are fucking disgusting and they're made with modified ingredients and there's like all these artificial flavors and dyes and like I would never eat that shit. And like you, then why the fuck did you click on the video, stupid ass nigga? Like, you know what I mean? Cause like if I get recommended a video about fucking mushrooms, right? Like, oh, I had the world's rarest mushrooms. Like, I don't give a fuck because I don't like or eat mushrooms. So I wouldn't click the goddamn video. I'm not going to be in the goddamn video in the comment section talking about like mushrooms are fucking disgusting. I don't understand how you could ever put that shit in your body. Like, you're the idiot. You're the idiot. Because why did you click on a video for some shit that you don't care about or like? You know, the thing is like, it goes beyond people needing something to complain about. They go out of their way and look for something to complain about. You know what I mean? At
the end of the day, I'm still gonna eat it. So y'all need to like understand. Start a course.
Like, bro, I even just like with streaming and shit, I've had people come to my stream, or I've seen it with other people. You'll be playing a game and so it'll come in like, this game fucking sucks. Like, okay, then why did you click on a stream? Like, if you don't, like, it could be whatever. Let's just use Tekken as an example. It'll have somebody come through and talk about like, man, Tekken 8's so fucking garbage. I can't stand this game. I hope it dies. Okay, then why are you here in a Tekken stream if you hate the game so much? Like, if you don't like the game and think it fucking sucks, what possessed you to come to my Tekken 8 stream? You know what I mean? It'll be like a first time chat. It's like, okay, so you've just been like scanning the directory of Tekken 8, this game you don't like, looking for streams to jump into so you could talk about how much you hate it. And that's not weird as fuck to you? Like that's not like an incredibly invaluable use of your time? I used to have soccer fans come to my Madden streams to tell me it's not real football. Like, yo, like that's the shit I'm talking about. Like, nigga. No one gives a fuck if you like soccer. You could think soccer or football, however you want to refer to it. We're going to say soccer just to make the distinction because we're talking about soccer and American football. If you think soccer is the greatest sport in the fucking world, power to you. Love that for you, man. That's what's up. Why the fuck did you click on a football stream? Why are you here watching Madden? Why did you go out of your way to find my Madden stream if you don't like the sport, let alone the game? Why are you here? What possessed you to come here? Like literally, like dead ass, bro. Like, I don't get that because the thing is like, again, like with certain shit, I try to think about it from multiple perspectives or like, you know, put myself in other people's shoes, or whatever. Like even when it's dumb shit like that, I'd be like, maybe they got recommended the stream or something like that, or you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, like maybe it was on their front page, whatever. But even still, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Cause like if I open up my Twitch front page right now, I guarantee there's some shit that I don't give a fuck about on the front page. Guess what I don't do? Click those streams. There is a nigga right now, right? Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Okay. There is some shit on my Twitch page right now. If I open up Twitch, okay, there is a streamer, and no disrespect to this person, okay? Just a random person, no disrespect to them at all. But I'm being recommended a stream while Thundershot is offline. Green Power Star playing Neopets Puzzle Adventure. I don't give a flying fuck about no Neopets. So guess what I'm not gonna do? Click on this person's stream. It's that simple. But there's some motherfuckers out there that would sit and be like, Neopets is fucking stupid. Grown ass playing Neopets. Like, no. I don't let them enjoy their fucking Neopets. I'm not about to go jump in their shit, talk about how fucking lame and stupid I think the Neopets are. It's just dumb. Is that Bob Ross? Probably. Is that Bob Ross? Oh yeah, no, in the follow channels, yeah, I follow the Bob Ross channel. Sometimes a nigga just want to see a nigga make some happy little accidents and paint some flowers and shit. The Bob Ross Twitch channel just like replays episodes of The Joy of Painting over and over. It's very relaxing. It's very soothing. Sometimes I just have that on in the background, just chilling while I work. Some people listen to lo-fi. Some people put on sports, and I do that as well. But sometimes I just hang out with my nigga Bob Ross. If you ever see me going out of my way to go to a Neopet space to shit talk Neopets, just put me down. Nah, real shit. Real shit, man. Green Power Star's #1 hater over here. Nah, shout out Green Power Star, bro. I hope their stream is going great. I hope they're having a great time. Lo-fi beats to play Neopets too. Same thing, like if I open up YouTube right now, I'm sure it's some bullshit that I don't care about on this page. Now, YouTube obviously does have an algorithm, so there's gonna be some shit that you do care about. But like, let's see if I open it up real quick. There's a video here about North Face that I really don't care about. There's a couple of like other food videos that from just like random. You know, this is weird too. Do y'all guys like at times just get videos recommended to you and it'll have like 7 views on the video? I'm like, the algorithm is like really weird how it works out, because like the algorithm is pushing this, but at the same time no one's clicking on it. So like, I don't know, it's weird how that shit works sometimes.
Oh man! All right, my people, we got
another frozen pizza video from King Shreds.
Another one, man. Another frozen pizza. Y'all been enjoying these, and like I said, I have like 10.
I'm watching a Tekken video on the side is
similar to frozen
drama
drama
with 6 views.
It's hard to run out of them. There's been so many suggestions in the last like couple of days, and I keep reading them, and I'm gonna keep picking them up as soon as I see them. This one was super suggested,
excuse me, especially
from my people that live near me, my Jersey people, my New York people. This is from a place called DeFara's. It says a Brooklyn legend pepperoni pizza. It's right here. I found this at ShopRite. Stop trolling me, bro. I found it at ShopRite. Y'all, somebody the other day said, man, I went to, they said I went to Home Depot and they didn't have it. You lied. Y'all got jokes. Nah, that's funny as hell though, man. Keep them coming. Anyway, this is a pizza that apparently, you see it says right there that 9.4. Dave Portnoy gave this pizza 9.4. Now, I think it's probably like the actual pizzeria and not this, but I'm not gonna lie with you. This is easily, I mean easily, like this is the first time I think I'm gonna give y'all some B-roll. And I mean easily the best looking pizza that I have seen as far as a frozen pizza goes. If you told me this came from an actual pizzeria, I might believe you just by the looks of it. It's got pepperoni cups. It looks like there's some basil on there. They're really small pieces as opposed to what's on the box, but it's got pepperoni cups. It's got a ton of cheese, and the crust looks excellent. So I didn't cut this yet. This was 12 minutes in the oven at 450. So they're going for that hot, man. You know,
so I found out
I
about
used to
this
have a
band,
pizza
Babe
cutter,
Dylan.
right?
It had 21 views.
And
I also listened to Babe Dylan.
And I never
they got that one
like,
song called
how many
like
times
Vape
do you
Love
eat
or
pizza
something
at
like that.
home?
I like that song
I really
a lot.
used it, but this cuts really well. You know, I got some good knives, but this looks really good. I mean, even the smell of it smells like a legit pizza as opposed to, you know, some of these Walmart and DiGiorno's that we'll be eating. But yeah. Anyway, this is still gonna be hot as hell, but there's no way I'm waiting to eat this. I'm gonna burn my tongue, and that's perfectly okay. I'm gonna give you one more look before we get into this. Well, Portnoy did this, right? It's not much of a flop. Oh, this is a flop. Sorry. Now you can't eat it. I don't give a damn. We do that here. Check that. Don't slide. I see that pepperoni starting to slide. All right, here we go. Oh, excellent. That's actually scary. I'm not doing with you. As far as from home, this is the closest thing to a pizza I've had.
I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah. I prefer to not burn the roof of my mouth when I eat my food.
Wow. This is insane. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really like the tombstones and the that's to me.
Yo, Dave thing was picking out on some really appreciate that.
Feel like
everything is ordinary.
This isn't fair, because if I put this in a damn box and stood outside, I just got this personal pie from somewhere. People would believe me.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't say it's the best just overall pizzeria pizza I've had. As far as frozen pizza goes, this might be the best frozen pizza I've ever had. It's the closest thing to like a real legit pizzeria pizza that I've had of any of these. To the point that it almost feels unfair. This doesn't even feel like it's on the same category. This? I don't know if you can get this shipped to you if you don't live
make
near
pizza
me.
from scratch. I make pizza from scratch on a very
regular
basis. It's actually one of the things I make the most.
I might stockpile some of these and keep them in my freezer for days I get snowed in. I'm not joking with you. Like,
damn, that good, huh?
that's really good. Even the crust. Look at this. That's insane, bro. That's insane. For a frozen pizza, it's not even a competition. We're going to try the rest of them, but it's going to be hard to beat that. Listen, I got this next to the DiGiorno's at ShopRite. That's stupid. And they have like 3 meat. I might just get a whole bunch of those, bro.
Get the name? Yeah, he just held up the box. Ifara, a Brooklyn legend.
At ShopRite. That's stupid. And they have like 3 meat. I might just get a whole bunch of those, bro. Here's the thing. This is easily the most expensive frozen pizza I've also gotten. This was $10, which is by far, even at ShopRite, the most expensive one I've got. But to be perfectly honest, it's probably, shouldn't even say probably. It is the best pizza I've gotten. Wow. Color me impressed. The sauce is legit pizza sauce. It is not a sweet sauce. Pepperoni cups and the crust is excellent. Cheese layer, on point. I have no complaints about this as far as a frozen pizza goes. Even Schmave Schmortnoy gave this a 9.4, which again, apparently he's like the pizza god. I'm not. But I'm going to tell you this, as far as frozen pizza goes, this is a 10. I don't think that you're going to be able to beat this from a frozen pizza standpoint. It's a pepperoni pizza, but it is a straight up good ass pizza. Color me shocked, bro. Holy sh. This was suggested like crazy. I trust my people, as in my tri-state area, New York, New Jersey,
look this shit up because
Connecticut people.
He's really
we know
raving
pizza.
about this pizza.
I'm not saying other people don't,
find
but we know pizza here. And we're spoiled. This, I'm eating this whole thing. How many calories is this? 1,200. Damn. Might be worth it. 10. First 10 I've given out in frozen pizza. Not crazy. I haven't been. Somehow I'm a sports commentator in the other half of these videos, but I have another sports thing.
Or some shit.
More of a prediction or anything. As we speak, I put this pizza in the oven because it's Monday night. I don't know when y'all going to be seeing this because I have so many videos I've done in the last week. And some of the videos that you're watching are videos that I record like a week in advance. Anyway, I'm telling you this. I just finished watching Monday night. People think I'm joking. It is Monday. Come on, here we go. January 12th. In case people think. So I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm going to say this after watching that game. If if John Harbaugh got fired, they're going to fire Mike Tomlin. That's just not a good look. And I still don't think they should fire him. But knee-jerk reaction, people in Pittsburgh are just pissed. I have a lot of people in my family, and even people I grew up with, like the older people, people that right now are in like their 50s and stuff like that, because the Steelers were like the team of the 70s, right? So when they were little kids, everybody was a Steelers fan. So there's a bunch of people I know that are Steelers fans. I mean, their Instagram stories, Facebook, crazy right now. Mike Tomlin is the longest tenured coach in the NFL, 19 years. He's made the playoffs on all of them. But I think what Steelers fans are saying is they're at an impasse because they feel like they're not good enough to win it all. They're also not bad enough to get a high-round draft pick. So they're kind of just stuck in this like mediocre.
So they kind of like the Chicago Bulls of the NFL, where it's like, hey, they always just kind of middle of the road, and they just never gonna get a top pick, never gonna win. They just always kind of competent, but never good. You know what I mean? Like
back into the playoffs and get blown out. That game was like, if I was a Steelers fan, I'd probably be like screaming at the television. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, because they couldn't get the ball moving on offense. They had the ball with excellent field position multiple times, kept coming away with 3 points. The game was close because the defense was playing so well in the first half. And then in the fourth quarter, Aaron Rodgers got sacked, fumble 6, and it just, the doors, I turned off the game. It was 30-6. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go make this pizza. I'm going to tell you this as a former defensive player, one of the most frustrating things, and I watch a lot of games and I'll say this over and over again when there's people around me like, what do you mean? I'm like, the dam is going to break eventually. The dam broke today. What that means as a defense is a lot of times when you're in like these close games and you keep turning the ball over and you keep keeping your offense in the game, getting turnovers, and they don't score and they don't score and they keep 3 and outing. That's the most important part. So what happens to you as a defense, the offense keeps getting 3 and out, and then you start long drive, hold them to a field goal, force turnover. By the second half, you start to get really tired because it's hard to explain if you've never played football, like college, NFL. High school is not as bad because I played both ways in college, or high school, meaning I played offense and defense. I never came off the field. But in college, You exert so much more that it's impossible to play two ways. That's why what Travis Hunter did a couple of years ago was so impressive to me, because it tires the hell out of you. When you play 50 snaps, 60 snaps, 70 snaps, not 120 like him, but when you keep getting 3 and out after a long drive, you like can't catch your breath. And eventually the offense causes a turnover. They score again. Now it's 15-6, 17-6. Then it turns into 24-6. Then it turns into, because the offense keeps turning the ball over. Eventually the dam just breaks and it turns into a blowout. It was 7-6 almost the entire game. It went from 10-6 to 30-6 in like 5 seconds. So I understand that. I still think Tomlin's a good coach. I think the Steelers are going to move on though. And it pains me to say that because I like him.
Yeah, well, we know now that Mike Tomlin did
like
in fact resign or step down or whatever, and he says he has no intention on coaching next season. He might just retire altogether.
Or even Pittsburgh, I understand you want to win it all. But sometimes the grass isn't greener. And I know a lot of people go, oh, you know, it's excellent, it's fine. A lot of Ravens fans said they can't wait for the new regime and see what happens. It is not a foregone conclusion that you're going to be good again just because you got rid of your head coach. And a lot of times it's actually the opposite of that. Take it from a person who they fired Tom Coughlin, you know, and I get it. You know, you look at what the New England did, for example. I mean, New England had Belichick. They fired him.
Lakers when they fired Frank Vogel and hired Darvin Ham.
You know, my man for 1 year. And now they brought Vrabel in, and now they're flying. So I get what you're saying. I do. But it's tough. I understand it's tough to move on. It's like being in a relationship. But yeah, I think he's going to get fired. It kind of looked like the writing was on the wall. But if Pittsburgh, you need a quarterback. That's the biggest thing. You know, Aaron Rodgers today, I think he's getting by his name only, because as of now, he's an average to below average NFL quarterback. But I get it because of his name. You know what I mean? But, you know, even Rodgers, man, it's his time. That's it. You know, might just want to ride off into the sunset after this. But anyway, man, I just wanted to talk about that. I know a lot of Steelers fans are frustrated. Just remember you're not a Giants fan, because I don't even know what the playoffs are like really that much. There's no outro on this channel. So happy New Year, everybody! Welcome to 20.
You can see, I'm just going through the videos of this nigga's catalog that I haven't seen at this point. Y'all just hanging out with me while I do that. This one's from New Year's apparently. I hired Darvin Ham as my coach in 2K17 and gave him Curry, Giannis, and Paul George. Bro didn't get out of the second round. Damn, that's a crazy ass big three, especially in 2K17. You talking prime versions? That's nuts. I guess that's not technically the prime version of Giannis yet, but still a damn good version of him. You catching up on all the videos I missed from this dude? Hey, bro, join the club.
26. I'm not sure when I'm going to put this video out, because my videos for the first are already scheduled, but it will be within the first week of New Year's.
87, yeah, I was going to say that makes sense. Like, it's not the prime version of him yet, because that comes a few years later.
But I figured this would be interesting to do. This is quite frankly one of the first things that I eat, some variation of this, every New Year. If you don't know, and I don't like speaking on behalf of all people who are my complexion. I can say black folk, right? Y'all cool with that? Y'all don't like speaking on behalf of all black people, because when you're not from my culture, when you're not from African-American culture, whatever you want to call it, when you're not from it, I think a lot of people from the outside tend to think that we're like all the same person, like we're all a monolith. But we come from all different walks of life. Not every single black person does the same thing, celebrates the same way, eats the same food, all that different stuff. But this is a tradition.
The way that nigga's built, low-key, I think I wouldn't mind being built like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think my goal was to not be like super buff or muscular. Like, I don't ever want to be like fucking huge, right? But I was getting not really fat, but I was getting a little chunky, right? So y'all know I did my whole weight loss thing last year, and I dropped, you know, a little over 30 pounds, and I've been maintaining that. But now I'm starting to think maybe I do want to put on a little bit more muscle. But the thing is with me, the biggest reason why I wanted to lose weight, because honestly, it's not like I was uncomfortable with the way that I looked or anything like that. Although I do think I look better now, is I wanted to go back to fitting into clothes that I was outgrowing, because I was putting on too much weight. And I don't want to get too muscular to where I can't fit some of my like clothes again. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, y'all see how this nigga eat, but you see the shape he in. That just goes to show how hard he must be working out when he hits the gym and shit.
And that is predominant amongst people who, in fact, look like me. And that is on New Year's, you will eat.
Is he a Suns fan? No, he's a Celtics fan, but I think he is a sports fan in general. This is also a throwback jersey. This is a Charles Barkley jersey. So, you know, just respect to the OGs type shit.
Some variation of black eyed peas. A lot of times black eyed peas, in my case, is served with cornbread or greens, but I was always told it was good luck. So it was something that we like always did, like traditionally, like it always was good luck. But, you know, I started looking into it and there's a whole like reasoning behind it, which like I said, I was always told like it's for good luck and you want to do this. But I went on Google and I just looked at something real quick to give you a little bit more context for people who may not know or understand what it is. So it says eating black-eyed peas
So
on New
close
Year's
under
Day
200. Yeah,
is a Southern tradition.
I got down to
symbolizing
about
good luck, prosperity, and
199.
wealth
I was trying to
for the
maintain
coming year.
200, and
Often
I've
serves
pretty
as
much
part of
been
a
doing
larger
that.
meal with
But I'm
greens,
low key like, what if I drop
meaning
10
money,
more pounds,
and
but then start trying to put on more
meaning
muscle?
gold,
I
with
don't
the
know.
peas
I think
themselves
that's kind of where
representing coins
my
or
head been
pennies
at
that
lately.
swell to signify growing fortune. The tradition has deep roots in African American culture with historical ties to celebrations following the Emancipation Proclamation. If you don't know, my mother's entire family is from the South. They all still till this day live in Georgia. Most of us don't live up north, but I happen to. But most of my mom's side of the family, they're all down south. Some of them might actually be watching this. What's up? How y'all doing? But my mom made this, man. This is actually, my mom don't cook very often. So she made the cornbread, she made black-eyed peas. I made the chicken. But I'm super excited. I don't get to have my mom's cooking very often, and I don't think I've ever actually had it on this channel. So I figured I'd share this with y'all because, again, it's more King Shrats. I give y'all a little bit more inside stuff, but I'm going to get into this. Black-eyed peas at my house, at least, always served with rice. So also, if you don't know what black-eyed peas are, I guess I could tell you that because some people may not know. Oh, man. Yeah, boy. Yeah.
The Mitchell Ness throwbacks are all pretty tough.
I don't feel bad if I put hot sauce in this. My mom always does, too. But I'm not even going to do it. I don't need it right now. It's still really hot because I had it in Tupperware. She saved it for me. She texted me, told me to come get it, so I went and got it.
Oh yeah, my fault. I'm blocking my plate. Y'all can't even see. Go up here for the moment.
But for people who don't know what they are, they're not peas. They're actually beans. And the reason they're called black-eyed peas, I'm not about to pick one hot-ass pea up for you just to show you. But when you look at a black-eyed pea, the bean, one part of it has like this little dot on it. So it looks like it has a black eye. That's exactly why it's called a black-eyed pea. But usually it's cooked like in some sort of, I'm trying to explain to people who don't get it. And it's like things that I just know secondhand, trying to articulate it is a little weird. It's usually cooked like in a stew type of deal. How the hell do you explain black-eyed peas, bro? Traditionally, it's usually cooked with pork, but there are some people in my family who don't eat pork. Like even growing up, like my dad didn't eat pork. So we use smoked turkey in ours. A lot of people will do that as a sub, but traditionally it's like with pork and stuff. Serve with rice, serve with some chicken. You never had it. Maybe you can get yourself over to a restaurant.
Black-eyed peas are gas. I don't fuck with any kind of beans. Power to you, homie.
Cornbread. I haven't had cornbread in ages, bro. Look how fat this cornbread is right here. Look at the.
Love some cornbread though.
I haven't had this in ages, bro. Oh yeah, there's honey up that, man. I haven't had this in ages, bro. Oh man, that's literally the first time I eat my mom's cooking on the channel, on either channel. Well, she texted me in the middle of the day, and she was like, I made some cornbread and stuff if you want some. I was like, are you serious? I'll be there in 10 minutes. I was like, I'll hop right in the car, bro. And the chicken.
What you eat at Thanksgiving? Just meat and bread? I mean, sometimes. I mean, turkey, potatoes, macaroni, whatever, like dinner rolls are being served.
I feel like I've explained this so many times. Anybody who's been here long enough, y'all already know what I'm saying. You season them up however you want to season it. If I even
eat Thanksgiving
I use Flavor God, which I said in one of my videos a long time ago.
I don't think I even ate anything for Thanksgiving.
And then you put them in an air fryer. 30 to 35 minutes.
Yeah, I don't even think I had Thanksgiving dinner last year.
I do 350, and then for the last 5 minutes, I will turn up to get a little crisp on the outside. I'll go up to 375 for only 2 or 3 minutes, depending. I'll be looking the whole time. So, man, there's always some variation of the first meal I eat every year for good luck. Cornbread is absolutely banging. Black-eyed peas are absolutely banging. Food is absolutely banging. So I wanted to share it with y'all.
Yo, take it easy, Artemis. Thank you for hanging out, homie.
It's my first year having a second channel. You get to see stuff like this. But, yeah, bro. I don't know if other cultures have New Year's tradition. I don't know if other people who look like me do this as well. I don't like when people talk about people's cultures like everybody does this or everybody does that. Because it's just not true. You know, we all come from different walks of life, even within the same culture. There might be some common denominators, obviously, but doing this or not doing this doesn't make you more or less black than somebody else, or more or less, Asian than somebody else, or more or less Italian than somebody else. I come from an area of the country, North Jersey, Bergen County, super diverse, bro. Like, I grew up with people of every walk of life, bro. Like, in high school, my closest friend was Trinidadian. Another kid was Jamaican. But then, you know, y'all met Sam. Sam's Italian. You know, I had Dominicans around me, Puerto Ricans around me, Eastern Europeans around me. You know, it was like everything. But
we consider Trinidadian people black, right? I asked this because I also had a homie in high school who was Trinidadian. But like, I don't know how else to So I had a couple, I knew a couple people who were, but one of them was actually like a relatively like close friend. He was Trinidadian, like full-blooded. That's, you know, that's where him and his people was from. But he looked to me more like an Indian person. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't look like a black person at all, or at least what I know to be a black person. You know what I'm saying? There are some islanders who are not black. Right. So, cause like, I never really, and I don't, you know, like I haven't spoken to the nigga, you know, since we graduated, you know, say this is one of those things where like it just happens, you know, you'd be cool with a lot of people in high school. And then, you know, after graduation, some people you just never kind of talk to or hang out with again. And he was one of them. But yeah, like looking back, like I don't think I ever really looked at him as like a black person. Like I didn't really consider him, not to say like, oh, he not black enough, but like I just, when I look at the nigga, like I just didn't think, oh yeah, he's black. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what he considered himself, but like I'm just looking back, I'm just like, I don't know. Did he think he was black? Did he consider himself black? I have no clue. As a Caribbean person, it's a very gray area. Anywhere in Caribbean is probably black. Like the thing from Guyana where they had non-black people migrate over. There was a large migration of Indians to the Caribbean. That would make a lot of sense because he looked like a dark-skinned Indian person. Like him and his family, they looked Indian to me, but darker skin. I really wonder. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't think he like, I don't know. Cause I went to the nigga's house once and like, I don't think they were like, it definitely didn't feel like I was in a black household, but it didn't feel like I was in an Indian household either because like I had friends who were Indian when I was younger and I've been to their houses and just like the things that they did around the house or just like the decor and just like the food that they cooked and ate or whatever, it was like very different from that nigga's house. But he looked Indian, but just darker. Like he had the complexion, like he had the skin color of a black person. It was like, I don't know. Like I don't really know how to describe it. He had the complexion of a black person, like the skin color of a black person, but facial features, hair, everything, like his whole family, they looked Indian. I don't know.
Italians, more than anybody where I'm from, maybe trying to out Italian each other. Like, oh, I eat this on Sunday dinner. You don't even do Sunday dinners. You're not Italian. You're not really Italian. I'm just like, that doesn't make you not Italian. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's going to do stuff. So, you know, just because you don't have a 7 fishes,
it needs to have a big range of skin color. I mean, for sure, as a lot of cultures do, right? It's just
around the holidays.
I have personally never encountered or met Indian people who were as dark as he and his family were. They very well may exist. I have just never met one myself.
It doesn't make you more Italian than somebody else. You know what I'm saying? No. We do it too. But I'm not here to tell you about that. But I just want to show y'all this. As far as New Year's resolutions go, I think I've talked about this before, but I'll briefly talk about it again. I never have New Year's resolutions. I don't believe in them. I believe if you want to change something about yourself, you do it on the spot. Some people wait till Monday to start their glow up. Some people wait till January 1st. Me, if it's 8:42 on a Tuesday, I'm doing it. If it's 7:53 on a Friday, I'm gonna do it. And that's just how I am. So I think every day you should always look for things you can improve on and set realistic goals and try to knock them out. So that's what I do. I always have goals, but they didn't start on January 1st, you know? So as far as this channel goes, or even just as a content creator, I intend on traveling more this year. Got to do it once this December.
See,
I'm not
I'm
saying a
the
bunch
opposite.
of times.
I've never been a
be
very
travel
goal-oriented
creator.
person.
It's not going to happen. But ideally, I'd like to travel like 4 or 5 times. You know?
Still working out a lot. Yeah, I haven't the last couple of days because of my wrist, but I think between just it feeling better and this wrist brace, I'm gonna get back in the gym tomorrow morning, or I might even stay up late enough today where I just go before I go to sleep. To be honest, because I'm all cracked out and shit. But yeah, I haven't been as consistent lately. Like when I was, because I ain't gonna lie, I have been a lot less consistent ever since I hit my goal. I've been going still regularly, and I'm still am eating properly for the most part as well. And like all the good habits I've developed during like my weight loss part of the journey, I've still pretty much maintained. I'm just a little bit more lax with it now, because I'm doing basically what I need to do just to maintain where I've been at. But like I said, I think I think I want to try going in a different direction. Like I think I might want to put on more muscle and get a bit stronger and a little bit leaner than I currently am. I'm thinking about, like I said, I've been thinking about dropping about 10 more pounds and then trying to like make it back up in muscle. So more protein and like lifting heavier and shit. And maybe less cardio once I drop the additional weight that I'm trying to drop. But I don't know. I'm still like thinking it over and shit. But yeah, I still have to say, yeah, I'm still going pretty regularly, just not as much as I was before when I was actively trying to lose weight. Because now that I'm just maintaining weight, I'm not as, hardcore about it, going like as much as I was. I guess I look at it more from a nationality standpoint rather than race. Like we all have different kinds of American, but still American. Oh, yeah.
Maybe once every season.
Nah, for sure. I take it easy.
Winter,
Artemis.
summer, spring, fall. You get what I'm saying? And do that. And just go to different places. I intend on doing this for a long time. So there's a lot of places to go.
Have changed since losing weight.
And I had fun doing it.
My eating habits have changed, but not because of
not my thing completely.
But not because I lost weight, but I changed my eating habits in order to lose weight, if that makes sense.
That's other than that,
like
I don't really have
the better eating habits I developed when I was trying to lose weight, I have just maintained.
In general, I post
just like the types of things I'm eating and just like
and I just want to make sure I continue to do that.
Shit, you know what I mean?
I don't look for numerical goals, like some people that do what I do for a living,
more than just one meal a
and
day,
stuff like that. Never been a thing of mine. It's not important. My important thing is just making sure I enjoy the process. The only thing that I've been reflective about, but it's not necessarily something I started today, I want to make sure, I think I've been doing it, but make sure I continue to do it more than anything is, even though I'm hyper-focused on improving and hyper-focused on work and doing the work, whether that's fitness, whether that's content, whatever it is, I want to make sure that I enjoy every step of it. I think too many people in this world, they have so many problems, or they feel like they have so many problems that they don't see the blessings that they have, and they never stop to recognize those blessings. Like you're just living your life from problem to problem. Maybe you have a wife or kids or a husband or whatever.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna show y'all this right here. I've talked about this before, but I'm gonna go grab a pack. This is what I eat almost every single day, and a lot. Like even if not every day, I'm definitely eating a pack of these every other day, if not every day. Hold on, I'm gonna go get it. This right here has been my cheat code to weight loss, maintaining my weight, and keeping myself nourished. So yeah, this is my biggest source of like food and just protein in general. At Target, they got the Good and Gather brand of this pre-cooked chicken. This is the one that I eat the vast majority of the time. This is a pack of grilled fajita chicken breast strips. They are pre-cooked, seasoned. Poke some holes in the film, pop it in the microwave for 2 minutes. Voila. This is the fajita version. And they also have like a Cajun style. There's some other ones as well. These are just my two favorite. I mainly eat the fajita one a lot more than the Cajun one, but this is pretty good too. And yeah, like one pack of this will usually is like what I will eat throughout the day. So this is usually like 2 meals for me, where I will heat this up. I'll eat half of it like as one meal and the other half as another meal. I'll eat it with like rice, or like you saw me earlier, I had like a little chicken wrap. So what I'll do is I'll make some rice and I'll put some rice in the tortilla and then lay some chicken on it. And these are the tortillas that I use. These are not even hungry right now. Okay, thanks. Sorry, that was Eunice. But yeah, so like I punish a pack of this almost every single day. There's 4 servings, 140 calories per serving. So I basically look at it as, you know, it's 280 for half, or, you know, 560 for the whole thing. So it's 560 calories for this whole thing of chicken. Not too bad. 24 grams of protein per serving. So, you know, if you're eating this throughout the day, you're getting around 100 grams of protein just from the chicken. And yeah, these are the tortillas I use. These are Mission Brand Carb Balance flour tortillas. They're 70 calories per tortilla, and they've only got 2 grams of net carbs because they have 17 grams of fiber. So it's pretty damn good. And these also have 6 grams of protein in them each as well, and they're very low fat. So yeah, I will usually eat 2 or 3 chicken wraps in one meal, and then yeah, so I usually get several wraps out of this, and that's like the main thing I eat most of the time, almost every day. Yeah, you can get all this at Target. How many servings is one? What for the chicken? It's like 3 ounces is 1 serving. Like I said, so I measure a lot of the shit that I do. I've just eaten this so much, and I also, like I said, I'm gonna eat the whole pack throughout the day anyway. So when I'm tracking it in my app, like I'm just like roughly dividing it in half. Like I'll say I had half of this for breakfast and I had the other half for lunch. You know what I'm saying? I just know that as long as I in my app put 2 servings, if I put a total of 4 servings throughout the day somewhere, that's all that really matters. Because I'm usually eating the whole pack in a day, and then I'll have, like I said, anywhere from 4 to 5 of those tortillas throughout the day, and then the rice I'll like measure and shit. But yeah, and then the Cajun, is it all the same? The Cajun is actually less calories. The Cajun's only 120 calories per serving, which is even better. It's also 2 grams less of protein, but you know, only thing that like, I mean, it's not even really that high in sodium. It's 440 milligrams, which is like 20% of like your daily values per serving, which if you're eating the whole thing, that's technically all you're saying, but you know, just drink a lot of water. You'll be all right. And yeah, these are only like $6 a pack at Target. So, I mean, for the amount that you get, because like for me, the way I look at it is like this, is that I also buy a lot of chicken breasts. Like I'll also just buy like boneless, skinless chicken breasts, because I love chicken. I love chicken. Chicken breast is actually my favorite. Some people hate eating chicken breast all the time. I love eating chicken breast all the time. Chicken breast is my favorite part of the chicken. So for me, it's great because like that's the best thing that you can eat when you're dieting and exercising is chicken breast. And I'm like, cool, dope. Like I fucking love chicken breast. The thing about this is that it's super convenient, right? I look at it like this. If I buy a bag of boneless, skinless chicken breast, right, I have to, not only do I have to thaw it out, which takes multiple hours, I have to let it thaw overnight or in the morning. I have to make sure that I take it out earlier in the day if I want to be able to eat it for later. And then I have to clean it as well. Some of y'all don't clean your chicken, you nasty ass motherfuckers, but you have to clean it and trim the fat and everything as well. And one bag of chicken breast, I'm also going to eat in one day, right? So I'm also splitting that up into like, usually that's 2 meals for me. One bag of chicken breast, I'll usually eat with some rice, and that's 2 different meals. Like I'll have, like out of one bag, I'll usually get, it's like 5 or 6 chicken breasts. It's like a 3-pound bag, something like that, like 3 or 4-pound bag. By the time you clean it and trim the fat and everything, you're left with about 500 to 600 grams worth of chicken. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's like if I eat like 3 chicken breasts with like my lunch and then the other 3 with dinner, it's the same shit. And that's like it's like $10 a bag, right? Or I could pay $6 for this, pop it in the microwave whenever it's ready, whenever I want to eat. No mess, no fuss, quick, easy, simple. And it's a decent amount of chicken in here. I mean, like you see, like it's a decent amount. So if I'm gonna, yeah, I don't know. This is my shit personally. And how long does this last as well? Used by the 21st. So this one only has a few days left on it. So you can only stock up on so many of these at a time. But I bought these maybe like a week ago at this point, and I had a bunch of them in the fridge. And like I said, I eat a pack almost every single day. So I will buy like 5 to 7 of these at a time. Cause like I said, I'll eat one almost every day or at the very least every other day. So 5 to 7, I get like a week's worth at a time. Yeah, this is the main shit that I eat. This and rice. This is like my go-to thing. I'm eating almost every single day, multiple times a day. Anyway, BRB. I'm back with some water as well. Yeah, you eat that grilled chicken and rice every day, I promise you get right. Let me catch up on chat. $48 grams per meal, yeah. You can get all that stuff at Target. Also, I think I said it before, but also each one of those packs is like, it's like $5.89 plus tax, at least at my Target. Also, I keep that chicken in the fridge because like I said, I'm eating it almost every single day. So I get to it before it starts to go bad. The shelf life on them, because it's pre-cooked, is only about a week or so. I keep you could freeze them and it'd be perfectly fine. Mine don't last that long. You know what I'm saying? Like, as in they don't get to stay in the house long enough for me to need to freeze them, because especially because like I don't be feeling like cooking most days as well. So it's just like I just pop one of those in. That's why I ate it today. I didn't feel like cooking anything. So I was like, fuck it, I'm throwing this in the microwave. I forgot I had stream audio, and you coming back made me think I was hearing voices in my head. So why did I just get timed out for 10 minutes for just saying boot up fighters when I join? Well, I didn't time you out. However, I would politely inform you that it was kind of rude to come in and do that. I don't play Dragon Ball FighterZ anymore. I haven't for years. That game also makes me incredibly unhappy. And you join into a stream where you have to know that I don't play that game anymore, for one. Two, it was like, we're currently in the middle of something, having a conversation. No, yo, what's up? Yo, hey, Lotus, what's good? No introduction, no greeting. Just you come in and you make a demand. It's just rude. Like, it is point blank. It was just rudeness. I didn't take like offense to it. Like I said, I'm not the one who shot at you. One of my mods did, but frankly, understandably so. It's also just like a constant thing where it's just like some people just come in just making demands or telling me what I should be doing, and a lot of us are just really over DBFZ at that as well. So that's why. I might try that instead of the Costco rotisserie chicken. It's all good, man. No hard feelings. Like I said, some of my mods just got that quick trigger finger. Did you ever play Siege? As in like Rainbow Six Siege? Nah, shooters are not my thing. The Costco rotisserie chicken is good. I've had it before myself, but it's just way more convenient to get that shit from Target. You've been sub for 4 months and think Lotus plays shooters? Hey, man. I barely play video games, let alone shooters. I'm not a gamer for real. Oh shit, Sayu's the #1 trending voice actor on the Behind the Voice Actors website right now. It's fire. We hop on Squadron when Bardock drops? Yes, I will actually. That's in a few days, right? Is that this week? I think that's this week. Just asking a question, and you know, nah, I don't play shooters of any kind. No Call of Duty, no Halo, no Battlefield, no Siege, no CS:GO, no Overwatch. I don't play any of that type of shit.
Worried about your problems at work that you forget, like you got beautiful kids that's waiting for mom or dad to come home, or your husband or wife to come home, you know,
Ready for
or your
Marvel
dogs that sit around waiting all day for you.
I really want that game to be cool,
whatever
but we'll
that
see.
is, whatever the people is, the family, the relationships you build, you know, making sure you still enjoy those, even though you're focused on something.
Yeah, I really ain't got nothing better to do. So
if you work hard, make sure that you are working hard for something. Meaning, I know there's a lot of people in the world that are like super financially responsible, and I think
P5X. I could open up P5X.
If you work hard and you can do it,
Yeah,
you're actually financially able to do it. Buy the car, buy the watch, ask her out, go to the dinner. I feel like people are always like, oh, well, I don't want, like, you only get to do this once, bro. And if your whole life, say you work hard and you make enough money that you're not going to put yourself in debt or zero out your bank account, and you've always wanted, you know, the Acura, the BMW, whatever it is that you're like, and you can get it, and you honestly aren't going to put yourself in debt, get it. If you wanted those pair of boots, or as a woman, you want, like, get it, because you only get to do this once. Again, don't spend your whole bank account. Don't put yourself in debt. Don't finance it. I'm talking, if you worked hard and you earned that, you know, like a lot of dudes specifically, you know, I'm a watch guy. I've gotten messages from people recently asking, should they buy the Rolex? You know, my answer to that is, if you can do it, like, meaning, don't do it if you have $10,000 to your name and then you want to buy an $11,000 watch. But if you've got the means to do it, then do it. You know what I'm saying? And I want to make sure that I'm still doing that responsibly, you know? So that's the biggest thing for me. I think that my whole life, I've always worked so damn hard at everything that I've ever done. Even an athlete. One of my only regrets as an athlete, I lived thinking so much about, we've got to win this game. We've got to get better. I never just enjoyed the journey, enjoyed the practice, like, I know practice sucks, but there's a lot of dudes out there that would love to go back to practice right now. You know what I'm saying? I never enjoyed just that part because I was always so fixated on, did we win this week? Did we lose this week? And sometimes you got to remember, like, the journey is a part of that. So that's the biggest thing for me. Again, I didn't just start doing that. That's something I've been actively trying to do for the last 5-6 months, whatever. But anybody who's watching this that feels like maybe you need to loosen the F up a little bit, loosen up a little bit, you know? Ask that girl out. But anyway, I just want to talk about that. January 1st, a lot of people get reflective. Figured I'd give you some reflective stuff. But as always, to quote the great Al Pacino, every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in. Of course, I'm on Instagram, and there's a big thing comes across the screen because all my colleagues be posting this stuff.
Everything. I feel like I very rarely have buyer's remorse, but I think the reason for that is because, especially if I'm spending a sizable amount of money, I'm the type of person where I watch a lot of reviews, I read a lot of reviews, I watch so many different videos and everything like that on things before I buy it. So for example, before I buy like a camera or a camera lens, or before I get like a new phone or any like relatively expensive purchase, like if it's something that's going to cost, especially like a couple $100s or more, like obviously like trivial things like, I don't know, like a certain video game, or I don't know, like whatever little trinket or fucking thing. And even then sometimes I'm still like that, or like even like a new chair or a microphone or whatever. Like I'm the type of person, like I watch a bunch of videos and reviews and I read up on it, and I'm doing like all types of comparisons and contrasting. And if I have like multiple things, like multiple different like brands or versions of that item. So for example, like what's something I bought recently? Like I got a vacuum, right? This wasn't that recent, but like my vacuum that I have right now, I watched a shit ton of YouTube videos about vacuums and other vacuums in this price range, and you know, comparing different brands. I even found a whole YouTube channel where they just review vacuums and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because the vacuum I have is a very nice, like not like stupid expensive, but like a higher end vacuum that was a few $100s. And I was like, okay, if I'm going to invest, because like I feel like a vacuum is like a worthwhile investment, you know. I like to keep the house clean, and I just wanted a nice vacuum, right? I was like, okay, if I'm going to spend this type of money, I better make sure that I get a really good one. And, you know, I'm extremely satisfied with the purchase that I made. It's the greatest vacuum I've ever seen or used in my entire fucking life. I've never been so excited about a fucking vacuum before. So I feel like usually when I make big purchases, I'm usually like very excited and happy with it because I do so much due diligence prior to actually making the purchase.
Nothing amazing happens here.
Yeah, about a week's worth of research and then pulling the trigger. That's the type of person I'm at the very least a few days. Like it usually takes me several days to make like those big purchases because I'm constantly doing research, you know, on that item or those items before I actually buy them. Mr. Wednesday, thank you for the 69 months. I greatly appreciate it. Even like this phone, right? Like I got the new iPhone 17 Pro, right? This is the latest iPhone. And similarly, you know, it's an iPhone. Like for the most part, you know what you're getting, but I still watched a bunch of reviews on the iPhone, a bunch of videos comparing the current iPhone to the newest Samsung Galaxy, to the Z Fold and the Z Flip, comparing this iPhone to like the last several generations of iPhone. Because like I upgraded from my 13 Pro, which I still have because I paid for this, you know, full price in cash when it came out, and I've had it since this dropped. But I watched videos that even comparing like those two phones specifically, like saying like, is this worthwhile of an upgrade? How big of a change and how dramatic of an upgrade is it from this one to this one? Okay. Like it wasn't just about like, is the 17 better than the 16? For me, it was like, how much better is the 17 than the 16, 15, 14, and the 13, especially the 13, because that's the one that I have, and so on and so forth. And then even beyond that, it was like, okay, you know, doing camera comparisons, speed tests, and also the shit that, you know, the battery life, the durability, comparing it to other phones. And then also just in terms of just like the price, okay, like now, how do I want to go about purchasing this? Like, do I want to buy it outright? Do I want to finance it? Do I want to go through the app? Do I want to lease it? Do I want to go through the app upgrade program? Which carriers? And I'm going through all these different like all this shit prior to making this purchase. Like, dude, you're just buying a phone. It's like, yeah, but like it's not, because like it's a lot of money. And what I will say as well, again, I don't think, to be completely honest, now that I have it, it is a noticeable upgrade from my 13, but I don't think it's really that big of an upgrade. But I don't regret it because it is an upgrade and I knew what I was getting to. And also I didn't pay for this phone just straight up in cash. I am financing this through Apple. So I'm just paying monthly instead of all at once. But if I had, but that's also, so I wouldn't have, because the reason why I did is because, but let's just say if I had just blindly like bought this for $1,000 or $1,100, however much it is, full price, I would have had buyer's remorse because I wouldn't have felt like it was worth it. It's worth it to me in the sense that like I'm fine with paying the monthly amount it costs to lease it, but I would not have been happy if I'd paid $1,000 straight up for this phone, because I don't think it's worth spending $1,000 all at once for. That's just the way my brain works. Because like obviously you could say, well, in the long term you're still spending that amount, but regardless, yeah. And part of the reason why I decided to like lease it instead of paying for it in cash is for that reason, because I didn't feel like it was worth spending that money all at once. I'm currently in your shoes. I have a 12 and about to upgrade to an iPhone 17 Pro or the Air. Yeah, if you're upgrading from a 12, it's probably even more worthwhile. I will say this, I felt like the biggest upgrade I ever made from a phone was from the 6 or the 6S I had to the 11 Pro, and from the 11 Pro to the 13. The 11 Pro to the 13 honestly felt like a bigger upgrade to me than the 13 did all the way to the 7. But if you're going from 12 to 17, like you'll definitely notice the upgrade. Obviously your battery's going to be significantly better. The camera's a lot better. I don't believe 12 had the ProMotion display either. So if you're getting the Pro, you're also getting the much better refresh rate. You're going to feel a big difference. That's going to feel like probably the biggest phone upgrade you've ever had, going from a 12 to a 17 Pro if you're getting the Pro. If you're getting the Air, still going to be a big upgrade, but not as much. But some hot chocolate would hit right now. Hot chocolate, that's not it. Yeah, I think the 13 was the first iPhone to have the ProMotion display.
I'm like, let me see what they got. Crumble has a freaking waffle. Comes with syrup. I had to try this, bro. Like they just, every time I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna do Crumble for a while. They're like, yeah, all right, be back, bro. I'm back. Anyway, this is the Crumble lineup.
ProMotion is just Apple's way of saying they have the 120 hertz refresh rate. It's just a smoother screen.
Into New Year's, and the main reason why I'm here, I'm about to show you, look, right there in the front. See that? This, my friends, right here is a freaking waffle.
Oh shit, we got new camera angles? Hold on.
Syrup. Now this is probably high fructose corn syrup product. It is corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup. Water contains less than 2% of. This is the furthest thing from syrup you will ever buy, but it was too interesting to not do so. Anyway, there's a bunch of flavors from Crumble. I haven't had any of these yet, so let's get into this video. Also, I keep forgetting to take my jackets off. I'm so used to just walking in here and filming from the summer that now that I'm wearing jackets every day, I do forget. That jacket I was wearing was from Express, by the way. I know I did that fashion video, which most of you actually are surprised you enjoyed it.
I feel like he comments on this a lot and like always points it out. Personally, I don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, I guess some people do. Yeah, you know what? Because sometimes I forget the day and age we live in. Niggas nitpick and point out and make observations about fucking everything, right? So I guess if he did wear his coat for the whole video, somebody would make a big deal out of it in the comments, like, why'd you wear your coat? Why you have your coat on? Why you take your coat off? Blah, blah, blah. But like me, I mean, shit, y'all saw just the other day, like I streamed for fucking 9 hours and I had a Sherpa coat on the whole time because like that's what I wore that day. I came home from running errands and I was comfortable. It was cool in the house. I liked the fit. I thought it, you know what I'm saying? So I wore it all day and throughout the whole night on stream. Like I don't know. A nigga like me, if I got a coat on, I'm not going to take it off just because I'm indoors now. I'm going to take it off if I'm too warm to keep wearing it. That's me. Like, I get it. You're indoors. You don't need the coat. So someone's going to take it off. But like, if I can still comfortably wear the article of clothing indoors, I'm going to continue wearing it because odds are I wore it more for the fit anyway. So like, that's just me. But I guess everybody don't, you know what I'm saying? But I guess for him, like, even though he clearly cares about how he puts himself together to some extent, because he don't come in here looking bummy. He ain't out here in fucking Chrome Hearts and Rick Owens and shit. But he be having some, he be looking put together. But for him, it's like, okay, with that coat, with the sweatsuit he got on, like clearly it wasn't just about like I'm trying to look super fly and fashionable. It's like I wore it because it's cold out, but you know what I'm saying.
There was a few that are haters, which is always normal. But One person when I was walking into Crumble, it was a dude. He was like, "Bro, where'd you get that jacket from? That's fly. I want that." So I told him it was from Express, man. Hey, I like jackets, bro. Anyway, normally
I did say the same thing when I opened up the video. The code is fly
on their website, and this time I'm not. So this right here is a waffle cookie, and it is a waffle cookie topped with a dollop of buttercream frosting and served with a side of artificial syrup. Now, are you supposed to just pour this all over it or dunk it? But I'm gonna kind of pour as I go. What you got to do with this right here is you got to get a little bit of a smear on here.
Smear.
Like this. And then you pop in. I'm getting syrup all over the place. I got a B-roll going, so I'm trying not to hold stuff up to the camera as I normally do. So there you go. Hold on.
Crumble's dangerous. I've never actually had crumble. I have a crumble near me, or relatively close or whatever. I've never been to it though.
Well, that's not bad. Again, for whatever reason, they always got to put their butter.
I assume, because I've heard so many mixed things about Crumble. Crumble's one of those places where I always hear it's like the nastiest shit ever, or it's the greatest cookie place ever. So I'm sure it's something that I would have, and I'd be like, okay, like, it's y'all niggas is like, it's not that bad, it's not that great. Y'all just be gassing it like y'all do everything else. I would imagine that's probably how I would feel, because this is usually how it is when it comes to these types of things. Please don't go, dude, it's so bad. I do low-key want to try it, but I've never wanted to try it bad enough to actually go. Like, I just never cared that much. At some point, I probably will, though.
I don't think it needs it. I do want to try this, like, just as is. It's like a shortbready, buttery type of cookie. I can see where they're going with it for waffle. But
I've watched enough of his videos as well where it seems like the particular cookie you get matters a lot. He seems to like really like their like cakes and like little pies and shit. His cookie, the cookies, from what I gather from him, that's his least favorite thing that they actually serve. He likes everything else that they sell more. But like it varies a lot from cookie to cookie, I guess, because some of them are just like very different than the others. So
100% needs the syrup. With the syrup, and the fact that this is a non-flaccid cookie, that's pretty good. I would get that again, 100%. Yeah, let me just get a little dunky dunk in here. I don't want to be a snob and say they should use real maple syrup, but real maple syrup is clearly better than that. If you got some syrup at the crib, I'd probably just use that. But even with all that,
also chat, I just logged in. I was on my app logging in my meals from the day. The stuff that I forgot to write down, which really was just like some of the chicken I just had and stuff. But as of today / yesterday, because it's after midnight technically, that is officially 250 days of me successfully logging in my workouts and my meals and everything like that, and 36 perfect weeks. So yeah, pretty cool.
One of their better offerings, and I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. I'm going to say this in the middle of the video because I know I said that some people are haters when it comes to stuff. I made a whole video about this, but to me, a hater is somebody who's not offering constructiveness. You're just saying stuff to be rude. And it's very obvious. Like, there were some people in that video that was like, you're the last person that I would ask for style advice. Like, what did that do? Nothing. So people that live in that whole, like, I'm just giving you my opinion type of thing, your only outcome of that is to unsuccessfully try to hurt someone's feelings. That's a hater to me. You get what I'm saying? If you would say, like, I don't really like the way you dress, but I could, like, that's cool. But anyway, this is the s'mores cookie.
I ate a decent amount of steak myself. I ate way more chicken than anything else, but I love sirloin steak. Sirloin steak is another heavy
mousse, a drizzle of
protein in
melted
my
chocolate,
rotation.
and a crunch of graham cracker streusel.
I don't eat pork very much these days, not for any religious reasons or really any health reasons. I just really don't eat it that much. But I made pork chops for the first time in a long while. Like, again, maybe like a year or two, because I just don't make them very often. I made some pork chops the other day. Man, them bitches was bossy.
You got to get to the middle of these. So I'm going to just do that. Recurring theme. They're a little too heavy on the marshmallow part. This is just like too much. It's like imbalanced. If they would have done a thin layer of marshmallow, there's not enough graham and chocolate to make up for that. Like,
spicy Korean pork?
me,
I've never had spicy Korean pork.
this spread out is more than enough. You get what I'm saying? But other than that part, like taking that off, this is also a nice job. The skillet isn't undercooked. And right there, there's a whole Hershey's bar in there. So, I still think their s'mores cookie is the best version for the reasons that I gave. But I would just scoop some of that s'mores off. And you've got a pretty good s'mores output. 8 out of 10. Might as well get this one out of the way. This is gonna be my least favorite one. This is a vanilla bean cupcake cookie. It's a vanilla cupcake cookie. A delicious cakey vanilla bean cookie with smooth vanilla cream cheese frosting and a dash of white sprinkles. This is a face of shock, by the way. I don't know why I like this, but I do. It tastes like vanilla cake. It could be because it's actually baked. This literally tastes like vanilla cake. It's not bad at all. One thing I figured out with this whole crumble thing, the biggest issue I had was how they bake their cookies. Every time they make a cakey cookie, it is never cooked like that. I don't love it.
Y'all fuck with the cookies, like the sugar cookies with the frosting on them?
Also,
I love
for
them.
whatever reason,
I'll be fucking those
because
up.
this is vanilla cream cheese, it's not that sweet. Normally, it's like a sweet ass cookie with sweet frosting, but the cream cheese aspect is like shining through it, almost cheesecake like, and it's not overly sweet, so it kind of balances it out, which is insane to say. But I give credit where it's due. Normally, I give this like a 2. I'm gonna give it a 6.
Snuck them into the movies once.
The fact that I
You know, I've never tried sneaking anything into the theater or sneaking into the theater, but I'm not gonna lie. My local movie theater that I go to, they don't seem like they be giving a fuck about nothing. Because to be honest, I could probably walk in there with no ticket and just go into whatever auditorium I wanted to and watch whatever movie I wanted for completely free. Because they don't even like, not only do they not like give a fuck if you walk in with a bag or a backpack or seemingly anything, they don't even check your ticket or like ask you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I just walk in and just go to my theater, like whatever room. They don't scan tickets. They don't ask to see your ticket. They don't do shit. I could walk in there with a backpack full of whatever the fuck and no ticket and just go sit wherever the fuck I really wanted to.
A couple of bites of that is telling. It really is.
Happy
Next up
MLK
is
Day.
a
Happy MLK
strawberry
Day.
brownie. So this is a soft fudge brownie infused with freeze-dried strawberry pieces. So it's strawberry, like, in the brownie? Oh, all right. And then covered with strawberry cream cheese frosting, fresh strawberry slices, and a white drizzle. White drizzle. What flavor is that? What is a white drizzle? Like, all right.
I got your white drizzle right here, nigga. That should look good, though.
I've said this a bunch of times. Strawberry, chocolate covered is not my thing. And this is just too much of that. Like, this just goes better with vanilla. As far as the infusing with strawberry pieces, they must have forgot that. Because there aren't any in this brownie. Like, I would have to need a forensic scientist to get in here and figure this out, but the brownie isn't bad. I just don't think the strawberry goes, in my opinion. So I don't really care for this one. I'm just gonna move right on. And I'm gonna give that a 4 out of 10. Next up is a birthday cake cookie featuring Oreo. I already, like, just by the flavor profile, I don't think I'll like this because the birthday cake Oreos that are in the chocolate shell, I don't like as much as the vanilla version. But it's a thick cookie made with Oreo cookie pieces and covered in a cake batter cream cheese frosting, topped with more Oreo cookie pieces and rainbow sprinkles. Yeah, I'm just not gonna care for this one. I know exactly what it tastes like too. Like, if you're a person who likes the
4 out of 10
chocolate
is
birthday
wild
cake
for a
Oreos,
chocolate
you'll
brownie
love
with
this.
some strawberries, not gonna lie. Well, it's not just a chocolate brownie with
This would-
strawberries. It also has like some sort of like drizzled frosting as well as like a strawberry frosting on it, I think. And like you say, he's just not a fan of chocolate strawberry, you know, like combination. So I mean, it doesn't really shock me. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Personally, I think I would love that brownie. Well, I probably wouldn't want the actual fruit on it, but just like the rest of it, I probably would really like that.
Go better with this cookie right here. I always feel like chocolate is such a strong flavor. It pairs well with certain things, but not everything. Vanilla is a much easier flavor to pair with stuff like this, but Oreo has birthday cake Oreos with a chocolate shell, and they had them with a golden shell. The golden shell were way better than this. So this is another one that I don't need to tell you too much about it. It's their normal fudge cookie that they have. Just the birthday cake stuff just isn't for me. And I'm gonna give it a double score of a 4 out of 10. Finally, we have the New York cheesecake cookie. This is a chilled, buttery graham cracker cookie swirled with vanilla cheesecake frosting and then sprinkled with graham cracker streusel. They need to, like...
That shit sound good as fuck.
Fix this for y'all. Okay.
Yeah, that chocolate one down here is birthday cake. Birthday cake Oreo, chocolate Oreo cake.
I wouldn't call this a New York cheesecake. In fact, it doesn't really even taste like cheesecake. It more tastes like cream cheese, not cheesecake. Cheesecake has a different flavor than cream cheese. But it is good. It's like a graham cracker cookie with cream cheese on it. My first thought would be, what is this, like a cream cheese graham cracker cookie or vanilla cream cheese graham cracker? Not really cheesecake. But really nice with the amount of cream cheese and stuff to go with the graham cracker streusel part. Also, this cookie is kind of meh. There's only graham cracker on the outside. It doesn't really taste like a graham cracker cookie. But for whatever reason, together it goes. Let's put a little lemon on that. Call it a day. I'd do that. I need something else to be elite, but it's nice. Crumble, 7. Fair. Y'all know me, man. I always like to give disclaimers in my, because I feel like people love to speak on behalf of me or infer things if I don't outright say them. I just want to talk about this again because I know how people are, and they start writing things like, don't let them get to you. If y'all think that people being haters gets to me, I would have quit this job a long time ago, because I'm just going to be real with y'all. Anytime you get to a point where you have any sort of motion on the internet, ask anybody. You always know a post is doing well when it has haters on it. I swear to you. That's just the way it goes. And let me just clearly define this again, even though I've made countless videos. Constructive criticism is not hate. Saying things that are irrelevant.
At the same time, hating on a nigga is not constructive criticism. Yo, Cat was good. Because I feel like I see this very commonly as well, where a nigga like me will be giving something genuine criticism that I think is constructive and is like, you know, the goal in mind is to actually improve the product or the video or the game or whatever, or like help someone or something be better. And he's like, damn, bro, like, why you always hating? And I'm like, okay, my fault for speaking up. Likewise, you will have a nigga just be like hating on you, right? Like not giving any valid criticism, not giving any reason as to why they feel or think something, just calling something trash or garbage, or saying your opinion is shit, or this is a shit take, or whatever. And be like, it's just my opinion, bro. Or like, wow, you don't believe in constructive criticism? It's like, no, nigga, you're just being a dickhead. It's not, you're not being constructive at all. Actually, you're just being an asshole.
To what you're doing, where it only feels like your true intention is to try to get a reaction out of that person or something of that nature, to me, that makes you a hater. If I see somebody making a video and they're talking about crumble cookies and I'm like, this dude is corny. Like, you can think that and that's fine, but you writing that makes you a hater, in my opinion, because you're only writing it because you want somebody to like give a reaction to it. To me, opinions are normal. Biased opinions are normal. I've said that in my hater video. I think people are corny as hell all of the time. Like, I think people be doing too much all the time. I agree. Even if you think I'm corny, opinions are normal. It says something about your character with what you do with that opinion. You get what I'm saying? And that to me makes all the difference in the world. I will never write something like that on somebody's post. If I don't like what they're saying, what they're about, anything, their content, I just keep it moving. You see what I'm saying? But if you're like, well, you just can't handle the truth, like, that has nothing to do with what I'm saying. You're just one of those people that I feel like you just need to be heard. And the easiest way to get people to listen to you is to piss them off. But you're not really pissing me off or anybody. I don't know who you're trying to piss off, but it's not about that. I just feel like it's kind of corny. You know, I'm not talking directly to anybody, which is why I'm saying it, because I wouldn't call you corny, but if you behave in ways that, because there are people on this page even, bro, that they try, like, there's a difference. Like, if you write a rude comment, I'm like, cool. But some people, they write rude comments like every day. They come back every single day to write some rude stuff or some corny stuff because you're trying to get me to respond to you. And if I do, you're only going to do it more. I know how y'all, like, this is not a new thing. It's been happening forever. You're like the kid in school that tries to pick on people, but, you know, if the person gives you
Constructive criticism or any genuine critique is a lost art. Also, you can have the same argument people hiding behind trolling or rage bait when hating on someone. Yeah, you also get a lot of what do they call it, like Schrodinger's asshole or Schrodinger's dickhead or whatever the phrase is, right? Where niggas will say some incredibly disrespectful, offensive, or just really, really dumb shit. And they're like, oh, I was just rage baiting. Oh, I was just trolling. I was just joking. Like, no, you were being serious. And then you got called out for being a massive fucking idiot. And now you were just trolling or you were just rage baiting. You were just joking. Like, no, nigga. And honestly, even if you were just trolling or rage baiting, you're still a massive fucking idiot for doing that.
your reaction you want, you do it more. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all be doing stuff like that. The difference is, I don't know if anybody's ever told you this, but
is this guy's whole thing like food and yaps not related to the food, like short review than yaps? On this channel, yeah. So this is his side channel where it's a little bit more loose and off the cuff and like, you know, just kind of he talks about whatever. On his main channel, it's much more focused on the food than this channel is. I low-key think I like this channel more though, which is this is his
back
his
in
side
my
channel.
day, Unk Status, when you tried to do stuff like that to people in school, if you ran your mouth too much, there was two outcomes.
And I don't think the idea of it is that like I don't think he goes into videos like, okay, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna yap for a little bit, I'm gonna talk about the food, and I'm gonna talk about some other shit. I think it just organically is just the nature of how it happens in his videos. I don't think he sets it up that way or is intentionally structuring that way. It just kind of works out that way a lot on this channel.
Either cowered over and did this, or they punched you in your face. And then you didn't do it anymore. See, it's easy to do it behind a phone because you can't. A lot of people in this era, some of y'all need to get smacked. Like,
talk to these niggas.
Y'all behave like y'all never been in a fight because y'all talk like y'all ain't really like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't get it. But, you know, people say freedom of speech. I only believe in freedom of speech if there's repercussions for what you do. And y'all just, everybody's safe behind the phone. So y'all talk tough, but, you know, there's a video that I saw the other day. There's this dude on the internet that was talking mad stuff about different people of different walks of life. He had a mustache. Corny dude, I saw it. I ain't saying nothing, I don't care. But he was in real life and somebody backhand, like they right in his, and he ran. I bet he don't do that again. But anyway, man, it's all love at the end of the day, man. Like I said, there is no growth. Like, you know your posts are doing well. Anybody who's an aspiring content creator, if you start getting rude comments on your page, trust me, that means you're in the algorithm. It's a good thing.